Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the semi-final one of the ICAI AI Hackathon Season 3. This initiative, driven by the vision of integrating cutting-edge technology with the accounting profession, continues to gather momentum, passion, and talent from across the country. The hackathon is not just a competition, it's a celebration of innovation, collaboration, and the spirit of problem solving. It brings together some of the brightest young minds, young and old, not to mention CA members who are ready to reimagine the future of finance and governance through the power of AI. The themes we explore today are rooted in real world challenges, whether it is streamlining audits, ensuring compliance, enhancing transparency, or improving financial literacy. Each problem statement represents a step forward towards transforming the ecosystem we operate in. Season 3 has been a phenomenal success already. It has already witnessed remarkable participation. We had 8 preliminary rounds and about 8 to 10 participants in each round. That's about 80 participants, more or less. And today's semifinals, consisting of 13 great panelists, is yet another milestone that showcases your commitment and creativity. I urge all panelists and participants to approach this round not just as a contest, but as a learning opportunity to push boundaries, exchange ideas, and take pride in being part of a larger purpose. But before we start, let me play a video message from our Honorable Chairman, Sir, and Vice Chairman, Sir, to give their best wishes and their guidance for today's panelists.
A pleasure to join you back with this semi-final series of season 3. Can't imagine that season 3 semi-final is reached, and I'm equally happy and surprised that 13 people are participating in this semi-final 1. And we are very happy to mention one thing, that you all people who have participated across the board have given lot of inspiration to many people across the board. Sometime we get continuous calls and wishes that they also want to be a faculty or maybe participate into a hackathon. You all have motivated many, and I wish this semi-final gives motivation to tens of people in time to come. My best wishes to you all people. Make it happen again, and let's celebrate during the AIS day, which is going to be held in Pune. Your success is our success, and most importantly, people are going to watch you and have good time, and your learnings which you are going to teach is going to be inspiration to many to follow on. My best wishes to you all people. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you very much.
A message from CA Dayanivas Sharma ji, our Vice Chairman, our Founder Chairman. Now let me play a message from our Chairman, Sir.
Good afternoon, AI enthusiastic. Back to the most important and very exciting semi-final of season 3 of Hackathon. And yes, we have today 13 panelists who are going to present their use cases, and we have very good number of participants who are going to rank our panelists. Friend, the journey of hackathon has been very exciting and amazing. Season 1 was outstanding, season 2 was super duper. Now we have season 3, and this is the semi-final. Just we have finished the IPL season. By that way, this is our hackathon semi-final 1, then comes semi-final 2. These are all qualifiers, and then comes the final on 18th and 19th of July. That is the AI Innovation Summit in Pune, where we are going to have final countdown of this hackathon. And to view that and to participate, the entry is already closed in AI Summit, because we have got very good response, and we will be in future opening up some spot registrations as well as some virtual registration, maybe on the basis of the demand for this AI Summit. Back to our semi-final one. I wish all the best to the panelists, and we have eminent juries with us today. This has been a very exciting journey. The library of use cases is there in our website. Lot of members are referring to the use cases which are given as a presentation in this hackathon along with the manual. And these use cases are the knowledge hub of AI in ICAI. So friends, enjoy this semi-final, be attentive, and one most important request, that is, use these use cases practically in your offices and your day-to-day life in your office. So all the best. Wish you a happy learning in this hackathon semi-final 1.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, for his words of wisdom. Now back to the semi-final one. So we have our jury also, our eminent jury, CA Rishir Soni ji, CA Vineet Jain ji, and CA M Subhachandran ji, who have joined us today to guide us to select the top 3 panelists from this semi-final. We will be taking 3 panelists from this semi-final to the grand finale to be held on 18th of July at the ICAI AI Innovation Summit. For the audience, the voting lines are now open, and the voting lines will remain open till the end of the webinar, till the end of the hackathon. And the voting will be as the following parameters: 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, and you have to vote for all the 13 panelists to register your vote. Otherwise, your votes will not be registered. So you have to listen to each and every use case. And moreover, so I extend my best wishes to all the participants today. May your solutions inspire, and may the best person win. Thank you, and let the innovation begin. I now hand over controls to the jury and to the to MCA M Subhachandran ji to take the matters forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I once again welcome you all for this grand event, semi-final event. And the first participant is CA Anush Agarwal. So you can start, and all the best.
Good afternoon to all.
Yeah,
should I start now? Good afternoon to all. I am C. Anshu Agarwal from Agra. First of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the ICAI for providing me this wonderful opportunity. Today, I shall present a practice management system developed using AI. So let me share my screen first. So is it visible?
Yes, visible.
So this is a practice management system to be used in my office. It is developed using AI. And why I developed this software? First of all, I should talk about problems I face. Many times we assign any work to a staff and he forget to do that timely. And we also forget about sometime to follow up or delegate delegated work due to our busy schedule. And many times we ask client to submit any document or information or any query solving, but he sometimes forget to submit that timely. And due to all all things went to the last years and make trouble to us. And many times we perform any work and fails to correct piece. Altogether, we forget about that work we have done while discussing piece. So overall, it is very lacking at our part for staff productivity or workload management. So I start my live demo for that software. This is a login screen on my software. Here user has to fill his user ID and password and click on send OTP. And on click on send OTP, a OTP is sent to his registered email ID. And on entering that OTP, he is able to log in like after login, a dashboard shall load. That is a normal dashboard. It shall take some time to load. I have already opened another tab, another window for this dashboard. There are 4 types of tabs available in this normal dashboard. First tab is related to pending tasks. All pending tasks which are assigned to the user and which are pending for performing. Here he can see details for all work which are pending for him. And he can submit here his response, whether he has performed fully or it is pending. And he can submit here time taken also. After submitting their response, these assignments are shifted from pending tasks to resolved tasks. And resolved task means all the tasks which has been completed by the user and are still pending for marking completed by the person to whom the task is reportable. And this is a task, this is a tab report to you. In this, all the tasks which are assigned to other persons and reportable to this user for which login is created, these tasks are displayed here. He can submit here response as a final response. On submission of final response only, task shall be completely closed. And here he can submit rank also for that particular task. So we can evaluate our staff performance. And this is assignment history. Here we can search any assignment history by entering assignment ID like okay. We can copy and paste any assignment ID here and we can fetch here full history. Friends, there are several type of users that this is opened with a super admin ID, and there is another type admin ID, there is a staff ID, client ID, trainee staff ID. In that case, trainee or trainee staff or our client ID, he shall not able to see this tab report to you. He shall be able only to see only 3 tabs. Further, there is a another function, create a new assignment. This is also not available to client or training staff. Using this, we can create a new assignment where we can select assign to person and report to person. We can search our client group name, and after selecting client group name, we can select client name out of a client which is falling under that client group name. We can select here work group name like GST return, and all work name under that work group shall be shown here. After selecting it, period can be selected and priority can be set, due date, start date and target date. Here, start date is a special function. Suppose if we assign a work with a start date by setting a future date, like we set a future date of 1st July. In that case, any assignment which is set as 1st July start date, that means the assignment shall present on 1st July in pending task. Till 30th June, it shall not be presented here, pending task or report to your task. For admin user and super admin user, there is a function available for admin dashboard. By clicking on this function, we can go to admin dashboard. I have already opened this. There are several more tabs available which are not available to normal users. All pending means all assignment which are pending to any other person, all whether any person or whether any reporting person, all assignments shall be present here. Here, in addition to final status, a option is provided to change assignment assignee or report to person. There is another tab, future work. In future work, all the work which has a future date are available here. And another tabs, client group, client master, work group, assignment master are displayed here. Here, super admin and admin can edit them. This is a very important tab, fees status. When we perform any assignment and we forget sometime to charge fees from client, we can see here all the clients for which we have not charged fee, and we can submit here with the status of charging fees. Like we have charged or fees is not applicable, it is complimentary or pending. Based on this, here list shall change. And last tab is user master. It is available to only super admin. Here super admin can see and edit any master ID. Apart from these tabs, some buttons are available like bulk upload assignment for Excel upload for bulk creation of assignments, work group creation, client group creation, client master under a particular client group, assignment master under a particular work group. And super admin can add new users also. Apart from these, there are some other features like refresh, download Excel, etc. are available in this file. Overall, this file saved my huge time and helped me to optimize use of my resources timely. And overall, as this is created using AI ChatGPT and Google Sheet. I have used Google Sheet as a database. All database is maintained in Google Sheet itself. And Google Sheet is shared only to a super admin user. No other user can directly access to Google Sheet. And Google App Script is used as an engine. And ChatGPT is used to writing all codes for running all this software. As ChatGPT and Google Sheet and Google Script help me to develop all these tools. So I am very much thankful to these tools. Further, I am thankful to ICAI to providing me this opportunity to submit present my use case of AI, and that's my use case. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Anshu Agarwal. It is very detailed, very nuanced presentation, and I can see the depth of the options or the features what you have gone through. So you have touched the core everyday problem of not only being chartered accountant for any professional. Being the task management is a very key aspect, and I appreciate the list of predetermined tasks. And for example, the one you showed GST and then eGST has subtasks. So you have reduced the manual interventions or anomalies which people will just type in and create new groups. That has been properly addressed. You have created proper masters. You have even on a lighter note, you have given an option for forget fees also to check the status fees. I mean, collection is fine, but you are going in a one step forward. Somebody is forgetting to charge the fees, so that was nice one.
Yes, sir.
And more importantly, I like the bulk uploads, which is always when people try to create applications, often only the right people understands the bulk upload of feature, which will reduce a lot of time. So you have thought through that. And from the control aspects, whatever you have mentioned on the keeping Google Sheet as a database, which is a very good idea, because it is like database on wheel, which a lot of sharing of possibilities and also has the proper user security control. And you have used the app script to do the all the heavy tasks using the chat GPT. Overall, it is very good. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
So, Rishir, you
Yeah.
when
So the presentation was amazing, and I'd like to point this out as well, that using Google Sheet, Google Form, Google Script with ChatGPT, as you mentioned, is something which is one of the purpose of this hackathon. That even the most simplest of the tools can create wonders. So that's what you've illustrated very beautifully. So good luck to you, and
Thank
that
you,
was
sir.
really a great presentation.
yeah, Vinitji, yeah.
Yeah, so I echo my co-jury's point. It was really nice tool, the way you have integrated. Uh, I just have a few questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Uh, if you're assigning one task or anything, many a times the same task might be handled by multiple people.
Uh,
So it can be complicated. I'm not saying if it's not there, you can say, can it be assigned to multiple people?
Same task can be assigned to multiple
Yeah, or
users.
how do you split a task into people?
Uh, Sorry, it is not till managed in this software. It is manually marked or uploaded by Excel. And in that case, same task can be also assigned to a different user. There is no bar in this software till now.
Okay. And while making this, did you evaluate before making this? There are many tools from Zoho to Aspire and many tools. This is kind of a workflow. Uh, did you go through some of those things and took their best practice? I can see this is your tool is really fitting well for CA firms. Did you evaluate what is the additional delta you are providing or how this is fitting within the industry or specific CA practice?
Sir, there is very much problem in ready-made tools available that creating an assignment or following an assignment is also itself a big assignment to understand all the things. And in this, I have tried to keep all things very simple for a small CA firm and medium CA firm. And further, the tools are so expensive to for a small firm or medium firm, and here I have not incurred any paisa for developing this tool and managing it overall. Main problem is expensive, and second problem is complexity to manage all the things.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Anshu. Nice presentation. One point to add was in terms of third-party tools, we have the restrictions of how you share the application. You have to bring on board that person into your application. So the vendor lock-in kind of. So here, Google Sheet, I think it can be shared with anyone who has an email ID. So that's a good one. Okay, so let us move on to the next participant, CA Rahul. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Hello, I'm CA Rahul Gabawala. I'm a practicing chartered accountant from the city of Varanasi. My expertise is indirect taxation and a bit of coding. So today I'm going to give a live demonstration of how to use AI in GST website automation as well as reconciliation and its filing. Hope my screen is visible. Uh, he- I have used four tools here. First tool is in Microsoft Excel. Second is a Selenium wrapper. Selenium wrapper is used for linking Excel to Chrome. It's a free and open source software. Thirdly, I've used a software called Tabula. Tabula is used to convert PDF into Excel so that this utility can easily extract the data. The reason for that, because GSTR 3B is available in PDF, it can easily downloadable format. So you can convert that PDF into Excel and then extract the data. Fourthly, what I've used is a Tally ODBC. What is the advantage of Tally ODBC is that you can extract the data from Tally without any manual intervention, so that the data from Tally and the data for GST can be easily reconciled. So how to start it? We can install Selenium, add to in Microsoft Excel, and start writing the code by asking ChatGPT how to do it. So let's start with a demo. I'm taking a actual form. So as per this, as per this sheet, it is showing that the GSTR 1 has been downloaded till March, GSTR 2A has been downloaded till May, 2B till April, and GSTR 3B has been downloaded till April. So the software, what the software actually does is actually goes to the website and for the annual reconciliation downloads the entire plethora of GSTR 1, 2A, 2B, and 3B so that it can be easily reconciled with the help of this utility. So suppose I'm going to give a demo, for example, GSTR 1, I've already sent a request, so I'm going to download GSTR 1 from the website. So everything is done by the help of Selenium wrapper, and everything is done by an automaton. I'm not using my hand, nothing except the captcha that I have to write. Everything will be done automatically. I'm just downloading for 1 month to just give you a flavor that how it is done. It has downloaded April 1, then it will go to May, then it will find out the whether register 1 is pending or not. Since it is pending, it has not been filed, it automatically closes itself. After GSTR 1, we have to sync it. What syncing means, it converts JSON into the Excel format so that it can be read by the software. So from April 2024 till May 2025, it is going to sync that it is going to convert this JSON into the readable Excel. It is taking some time because for April to March, it is a very bulky data, so it might take some time. Might take some time means around 30 to 50 seconds. So now the GSTR 1 syncing is done. I've already downloaded GSTR 3B, but the syncing is pending. So what I will do is I will write GSTR 3B and click start. So what it does, it actually converts PDF by the way of Tabula. It converts that PDF into CSV file, and that CSV is being read by the software to get the data, to extract the data from GSTR 3B. So once the entire data from GST software has been downloaded, now the work is, now we have to link that GST data from the data that is available from Tally. So for that, we will use Tally ODBC. Let it sync first. So once it is done, what it means that entire GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B data as it is available on the GST portal has been synced in the software. So now what we have to do is we have to go for annual reco and outward supply reconciliation. Now for outward supply reconciliation, we have done the data of GST. Now we have to extract the data from Tally. So there are many ways from extracting the data from Tally. It can be TDLs and etc. I'm not using any TDL. What I'm using is Tally ODBC. The thing is that the data has to be present. It has to be open. So the data is open. Now what I will do is I will ask it to import data and I will ask to sync Tally data. What this sync Tally data does is actually read each and every entry that is available in Tally, download it into its own format that is readable by this software. So suppose if the entry is 10,000, so it will read each and every entry and download it into its readable format in this utility. Please bear in mind, I'm not interacting with Tally directly. Everything has been done automatically. So the earlier the issue was you have to go to sales register, export the sales register to find out whether the GST is complete, whether data is matching or not. You don't have to do anything else. Once the data is syncing is complete, we are doing outward reconciliation. So once the syncing is done, we have to find out what are the voucher types which we have to extract from this data. So then we will click on find voucher type. It will take 1 or 10 seconds more, I think. The data is a bit big, so it might take some time. So the thing was that I have downloaded this data because we can use the data is around 700 invoices for the purpose of outward liability, 1,500 invoices for inward liability, and so on.
While the data is getting downloaded, you can explain the other parts whichever we
Yeah.
wanted to cover.
Yeah, just give me 6 seconds. So the data is So the data syncing is done. Now you have to click on find voucher. So even in outward liability, there will be a credit note, export invoice, GST invoice, and tax invoice. Then we will do find ledgers. So what it will do for all the entries that are present, it actually reads. Suppose if it is an export invoice, what are ledgers are present in those export invoices? Export invoice, GST invoice, tax invoice, or credit notes. So it is reading each and every data, each and every entry in the data. Once it has read that data, what it will do, it will try to segregate that data, segregate those ledgers into a taxable value, IGST, CGST, SGST, cess, and others. But since it might make some mistakes, so we will have to clear that data also. Just 2 seconds more. So once the data has been done, it has given that what the ledger's account could be in taxable value, IGST, CGST. So suppose we are doing an outward liability, but the input IGST is there. So we will double click it and it will remove from the selection. CGST input, SGST input, cess input, and others. There's another thing, there's a freight outward that is chargeable under GST. So we'll write this is a taxable value and we'll double click it, it will go to the taxable amount. Another thing that there are export invoices. I have given certain conditions that exclude those entries which does not have a GST ledger. Since it is an export invoice, there might be those entries which doesn't have GST ledger. So I'm unticking that and I'm clicking on import. So what it will do, it will start importing each and every entry that is there in the tally data into an Excel sheet. So earlier, what we used to do in office that we used to open our tally, we used to go to a sales ledger, we have to do an columnar detail of those tally, the sales register, and then we have used to export it, do it into what is taxable value, what is CGST, SGST, and then we used to reconcile that data from a uh, data from the GST software. But what this does is it does everything automatically. You can see that each and every data is being actually exported here. Hope it is visible that the working is being going on, that it is actually exporting each and every data that is available in the Tally software. Please bear in mind that I'm not downloading anything directly from Tally. Everything has been done directly from this utility, the software.
Rahul ji, a minute left.
Okay, give me 2 more minutes. Give me 1 minute and it will be done.
Do you want to cover any of the technical aspects till that it completes?
For the technical aspect, what I've done is it actually takes from the ODBC, it pastes that data here, and once it has formatted everything, it actually converts that data into an Excel utility. in Excel format, and that it is easily reconcilable with the help of those data that is actually we have downloaded in the backend. So just one more month left to go. The most important thing is that we are not using any TDS, because many times people are saying that you have to develop a TDS so that you can export the data out of Tally and it can be used. We are not using, not a single TDL is being used. Everything, this software is actually directly downloading it from the Tally itself. So once this process is complete, just a second. So once this process is completely done, we will close it. We will save this data, because the which is not there, the GST number is not there. I know there's an export. So what I will do is I will put an export here. So export will be there, and now I will start reconciliation. So what now it will do, that it will reconcile the data that is available in the Tally as well as the data that is which we have downloaded from GST hour. It will take around half a minute to give you an export file that will give you a complete reconciliation of the data that is available, what has matched and what has not matched. So now earlier that used to take around half an hour or 1 hour in our office, and which can be done in less than 10 minutes for a one client.
I think time we
Yeah.
have.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
a second. Just half a second. Just 2 seconds, give me, please. Okay. If you have any query for me, please. Till
Okay.
then, the screen has been shared if it is okay with
Yes,
you.
yes. I think that we can do.
Yeah,
Um,
please.
so I think pretty much you have covered, so I'll give my points as well. First of all, congratulations for the detailed work. I think the competition is getting heated up with the second participant itself, and congrats for your effort. I can understand the depth. So using of Selenium and Tabula was fantastic,
Thank you.
especially Selenium. And you have given the respect for the captcha. I think if you would have taken one more step, you could have read the captcha as well. But
For reading the CAPTCHA, there's a software called Tesseract. You have to train it. So I'm actually trying to train it. So if it is done, it will be read by that
yeah,
also.
yes, but at least that is good. And Tabula for the tabular data, the printed PDF one taking
Yes.
up is very good.
Thank you.
So then the Tally ODBC is another very good technical um, one. What I would say is you don't need to be tech savvy to do the ODBC connections.
Yes.
That's that TDL you need that, so you have properly captured it, and the way you have bridged the UI to bring all aspects is very good. I think if you use the AI for selecting the ledgers, then it will be one more level. I think you have not used any APIs here, right?
No, I have not used any API, sir.
For that is very
Because
commendable.
for using API in JSC, it is chargeable.
Yeah, no. What I meant was large language model APIs to select and identify
Okay.
things, which you can make it furthermore.
That I will make it.
Yes,
That
yes.
can be the next step.
But it is very commendable to see without any AI assistance. In terms of the dynamicity, you have made it completely localized one. Probably you would have used for the coding purpose, but the overall
What I
presentation.
have used is just VBA and nothing else.
So the writing the VBA, you would have used ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
that, for
very good.
Tabula, for Selenium, everything.
Yes, yes, yes. Obviously, you're not software engineers, so I understand definitely. That's a very good presentation. I think I have covered all the points, and your live demo was very good.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate.
Yeah, right. So, excellent presentation. And as Subha sir said, the competition is already increasing just from the second round. So, just one question I want to ask you that you've used
Yes.
PA, Selenium, and all that.
Yeah.
Um, First is how have you looked at tools like, let's say, Automation Anywhere or Make.com, things like that, that can create some sort of an RPA scripts for you that can run that? Or like, if we are talking about Windows, we have Power Automate, right? So have you factored in those?
So power automating for the best example for doing Selenium is that it is easy to code. So if you have learned suppose if you write to just 4 lines, you can just with the help of 4 lines, you can actually log into GST portal. So for using Power Automate as compared to Selenium and VBA, I prefer Selenium and VBA.
Right. Great. So yeah, that was my question. Viniki?
Yeah, Rahul, really nice tool, I would say that.
Thank you, sir.
I like the detailing you have done. Uh, One question. See, you are going on GST website and trying to get
Yes.
the data. If I may call it crawling, uh, data crawling, or
It's not scrapping, it's not scrolling. It is just trying to mimic your mouse inputs and it is trying to download the data. It is
okay.
not anything else.
Now, my question is on maintenance.
Yeah.
One question is maintenance. How do you want to maintain that in case, what's your thought on maintenance of this tool?
Maintenance means, sorry, I didn't get
Okay.
you.
I
In
think his
case,
point is if the GST site changes the Selenium, I perfectly understand it's mimicking the click. So
Yes.
if the button is not in the left right top corner, if they moved it to right
Okay.
left, so then you have to do
Then
the
we have to change. Then we
yeah.
have to change.
That's the kind of maintenance he's saying.
What I did is, what I
Anything.
have done is not at a specific position, just the name of the tab. Suppose if the tab name is go back. So if you
Mm,
add what the this does is it searches go back and it tries to click that.
understood.
So if it is anywhere in the web page, it will be clicking on that only.
Understood.
So it is
okay,
not position based, it is based on the text that
Word
is given on the button.
text. Okay.
okay. And second question is, in case the GST website is slow for some reason,
Yeah. It will be
so
slow. The wait is appropriately until and unless it is loaded. It will load for around 2 minutes and then it will automatically close. It will try to load for 2 minutes for every page, for every click. If it is not loaded for 2 minutes, it will automatically get closed. Then it will ask the user to try again.
okay. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hope you everyone liked the this presentation, and if you do, please give me a word. Thank you.
Yep. Just a segue to that, I think we should remind the participants as well that you have to vote for the panelists who are presenting here. So the voting lines are open. So you can please go ahead and start voting.
Okay. So thank you, Rahul. So the next participant, CA Avshar Kushwant. I'm not sure if I read it properly. Yes, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, jury members, respected jury members, and the fellow colleagues, and the AA committee. And my use case is about a FinChat, where we are talking about the finance. And what if our books have thinking capabilities? They can think and they can act on their own. And also, what if we find a way to have a chat with them rather than just reading the books? What if we find a way to chat with them, something like a podcast? So for this, I had chosen these type of tools where I can interact with the books. The books doesn't mean the normal books, I mean the books of accounts. So as a backend, I'm using the Python, and as a front end, I'm using the White plus React. And to connect with my books of accounts, which is the most popular software Tally, I'm using the ODBC connector. And as a backend, I'm using the Gemini A API, which is available at free of cost up to certain limits. So without any further delay, I'm going to start my use case. So this is running currently in locally because we can see here local host. So this is the front end which was developed using the React plus White by the ChatGPT itself. I went to the ChatGPT and asked for this type of interface and it gave me the interface. Over here, I'm selecting the financial layer. And I also opened the Tally in the back, which is some kind of test data. And upon clicking connect, my software is going to directly connect with the Tally software using the ODBC. So the first, it is asking me the organization name. I'm typing it to be like my name. and who is the proprietor, because it is a proprietary organization. So how it exactly determines whether it is proprietor partnership? So what I did over here is that in the tally, we're going to give the GST number. From the GST number, I'm collecting the PAN. From the PAN, I'm trying to determine the status, whether he is a proprietor or partnership firm, and based on that, he's going to act accordingly. So let it be some kind of name called Rajesh. Now it starts collecting the data from the tally. For example, if I do not have tally also, if I have my books of accounts in Excel, I can also connect with the Excel. So what exactly this is doing? Now using the ODBC, it is trying to import entire daybook into an Excel, and post that it will try to post ledgers, and after posting ledgers, it will try to prepare the trial balance so that any question that I'm going to ask, it has an on-hand information. Over here, I can do one thing. I can just stream the information directly, but I'm not doing that because each and every time I try to stream the information, I have to wait for 40 seconds to 1.5 minutes. So to counteract that, at the initiation of the bot itself, I'm trying to fetch the entire data on real-time basis from the tally data, which will take approximately 45 seconds to 1 minute based on the volume of the data. The current tally data is consists of approximately 1200 entries. So it is taking the data, and it may take 20 to 30 seconds more. Yeah. Over here, first it had imported the entire daybook, which is the watches. Then it had loaded the entire XML data and converted it into Excel and so on. And now I had the entire tally data in a backend Excel sheet. So over here, for example, I want to know the cash balance on so and so date. What is my cash balance? As on, for example, 14th May 2023, because I have selected a financial 23-24, and my tally data is also of 23-24 financial year only because it is a test tally data. And upon clicking on enter, now it will perform the calculations and it will give me the particular cash balance. So to do this, so the cash balance on the 14th, it gives me the date in a reverse format, year followed by month followed by the day. So the cash balance is 5,98,711 rupees. So how exactly the system able to identify that this is my cash balance? So as soon as I'm typing a prompt, this prompt is getting transmitted from front end to the back end, and the back end is transmitted into the Gemini AI, and Gemini AI is just trying to identify what exactly I'm trying to ask, and based on it, it is giving me the response. And for example, I want to know more than 10,000 cash payments, to be exactly section 48 compliance of the Income Tax Act. For example, in Tally, if you press on Alt F12, and if you try to filter out the data, the major issue is that if, for example, to a person, we had made two payments. For example, one payment is of 6,000, and to the same person, I made another payment of 5,000. Per day, it exceeds 10,000, but the Tally can't able to catch those type of things. So I had trained this particular tool exactly to identify and tackle these type of things. So I can simply write section 48 complaints and click on enter, and it will open an Excel file. And this is the list of more than 10,000 cash payments which are grouped together based on the date and based on the ledger. And currently it also includes the drawings. Due to lack of time, I can't able to skip that particular capital account from this particular list. However, in future, I'm planning to skip that particular capital account from this. And similarly, for example, I want to send a statement to, for example, I want to send a statement of one of my data to that particular person. We can directly tell this particular bot to do that, and it will also do that. For example, send a mail to, for example, I'm just going to send a self mail of cash ledger as required for the audit purpose. And as soon as I click on enter, it will start taking the particular ledger out from my tally, and it will start sending the mail within 4 to 5 seconds based on the amount of data that it has. So email sent successfully. So let me just show my email ID over here. So here I got the cash statement with an AI generated information. So over here I'm going to get my running balance and all the required information. And as we all know that ICAI recently came with a guidelines stating that all the non-corporate entities are like a proprietorship or partnership type of organizations need to follow a guidelines with a prior reporting. And the onus, the responsibility of preparing that lies with the CAs. So it is very much difficult to prepare all those things. So I had trained this particular bot to specifically do that particular thing also. So for example, I can simply write generate financials. And by the way, it also supports local vernacular languages like Telugu, Hindi, and everything, because Gemini AI also supports it. It also supports the same. Generate financials as per ICAI format. And if I click on enter, it will take a couple of seconds. So here I did a grouping with the AI API. And if AI can't able to determine how to do that, then I made a bot to ask the user about that particular grouping. If AI got confused, I told it not to confuse, ask the user. So over here, with a single prompt directly from the tally data, I got in the ICAI prescribed format. The entire things along with the schedules and everything. Balance sheet, profit and loss with comparisons and withdrawals and capital contributed during the year in case of capitals and the schedules and everything, including the depreciation statements, additions and deductions and the schedules. Other than P&L, we're going to get for every other schedule and the balance sheet a comparison figures, because we're going to have an opening trial balance. But coming to the profit and loss account, we can't able to get the P&L account because in the tally data, we are not going to have the previous information. So for this, I'm trying to link it with the two tally data, which is currently under progress. So over here, when we need to talk about the most important concept, the privacy of our client information, because here various tricks I'm using the AI. So with respect to the privacy, I had taken care that the entire code works offline only the classification purpose. For example, I want to know whether there is something like salaries payable, whether it comes under current liability or capital account. So these type of classifications where the user is deviating from the tally prescribed groups and they are not easily understandable. Only in that particular cases, I'm using the AI to bifurcate the things, and based on the response that I'm going to receive from the AI, I have just designed this particular entire financial statements. And it also answers the general queries because it has API key and it is an AI model. So I had designed this using the Gemini and ChatGPT. ChatGPT played a key role in designing the user interface and everything, and whereas Gemini played a key role to give me the answers with smaller logic, because I had used entirely free accounts. I had never ever used any kind of paid accounts for the AI. So due to that, the Gemini had helped me in solving the uh, minute logics, and whereas ChatGPT has helped me in solving the major things like the
Sanji, a minute left.
creating the interface and everything. And with this, I want to conclude and I thank the AI company for giving the opportunity. So, any questions, sir?
So first of all, again, you're making our jobs tougher. So every participant, the tech understanding and the tech depth is way above than regular CA from a CA perspective. The using of React was very surprising to me. So because it is little tougher than XML or HTML. Sorry, HTML as a front end, and using the Gemini AI, very good, fantastic idea. Using that within the limits of free paid version, that's good. But there's a catch which will come later. So blending this Python, Gemini AI, React, and ODBC was very good one, and I know it is not an easy task. The possibilities are very, I mean, limitless. Initially, I thought it's all just going to be a chatbot, but you have brought in a functionality since it is running in local. It is trying to open the Excel, bring up the data, open in Excel, sending an email. I think I'm sure you would have done the Gmail Exchange extension. Finance with schedules, awesome. And for the two previous year period, you need not open two multiple companies. You can improve the, I mean, increase the period from the, say, for example, 2022 to 2024. Then I think it should be possible within that. I'm not sure if I'm understanding it rightly. Opening multiple tally within the companies and connecting with ODBC is a challenge, but I think it is doable. I think you will definitely do it. One catch, I would say to everyone who wants to inspire from you and do it, and from your end as well. Testing is fine with Gemini API, free API. We have to be mindful that free APIs do use your data for training.
Yes.
So for production purposes, please use paid versions, which has the SOC2 certification. So this is the only thing which I wanted to share to all who are getting inspired from you and trying to do whenever you use APIs. Otherwise, I don't have any questions. It's a fantastic presentation.
Thanks. So the one thing that I want to add is that
Oh.
at my locality, the clients usually maintain two tally, each and every tally data for each and every year. So due to that, it is a challenge for us. So I'm planning to do that. So if the data lies within the same tally data for the two consecutive years, then it will directly fetch
Okay,
it.
understood. Understood. I got the practical problem. Understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Wonderful presentation, sir. Just one question. You said you've been using Gemini's API to integrate AI into this, right?
Yes.
So when you, let's say, put a prompt like you did here to generate financials as per the ICAI format, have you connected that API, or have you already set a knowledge base for that? Or is it directly accessing the web and taking information from
No. So, I missed out a point. The point is that here in the Python code in the backend, there are already predefined functions, which are with respect to the tally. So what AP is exactly doing is that it is mapping that function with this particular thing. So if I specify other than I say any other name, it won't work out because it is not directly doing from the original outside source. I had done the hardcore coding of approximately 5,000 lines.
Right,
All the
exactly.
lines are grouped together and doing this particular tasks.
Yes.
Right. Great. Thank you.
So my question is more of extension. And Rishi asked my question. Now extension to that is we are getting output in the desired format in what
Yes.
is yeah. Now one challenge what happens is auditable. So how do you link back to the original books? Because the terms used in the original books or tally would be some slightly different, and then you are clubbing and doing formulas and rule based, and then getting this. How from that Excel, if somebody is trying to audit it back, whether the numbers are right, how can you audit it?
So actually two things here I'm doing, sir. The first thing, I'm not directly linking both the things unless there is a direct relevance. For example, the purchase accounts always go to the purchases. Unless there is direct relevance, the thing I'm doing is that, for example, if the user has changed from purchase accounts to procurement accounts, this software is going to crash. So as a fail-safe, what I did is that whenever there is some kind of unidentified ledgers, send it to the AA. AA will do the classification. If AA also can't able to do the classification, then ask the user directly over here. He will give the response, and based on his response, you act accordingly. I had designed it.
So what happens, for example, generally a company, for normal manufacturing company, a vessel, a truck would be an asset,
Yes.
but or a car would be an asset. But for a car dealership or a manufacturer of car, those are inventory.
Yes.
So how would the AI distinguish whether this is a business or this is an asset?
So I had did the classification starting from the groups. So the cars, if it is an inventory, it will go to the stock in hand group, and if it is a fixed asset, it will go to the fixed asset group. So starting from the groups, I came below, and based on it, I had taken the actions. So can I show the Excel?
No,
Basically,
I
the
get it.
information.
I catch it what you're saying. I'm good. Uh,
Okay.
I got your. I'm satisfied with the response. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Nice. There. I would just add there are many chatbots and bots like that, and I like your bot.
Yes.
Good work.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's pretty depth and fantastic work.
Thanks.
Thank you. So the next participant, CA Preeti Nagi, please start.
Very good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I like to thank the ICAI committee for giving me the opportunity to present my use case at the semifinals. My automation is related to automation of old financial statements to the new format of financial statements of non-corporate entities. It's a much prominent topic nowadays, and in every CEO office, updation of the financial statement is the need of the hour. And making the forms in a standardized format now it's a mandatory. So I try to reach the mass audience. I try to reach the mass chartered accountants so that they can make the automation in our office at their own and try to reduce the complexity in my presentation. And I'll try to give the live demo over here so that they will be able to adopt the automation in our offices live. Okay. Moreover, the tools I'm using it. That is moreover a very simplified manner, but it will help you to automate your task and reduce the time consumption and give us error-free financial statements. They'll help you to assist in the audit compliances and your automation. The tools I'm using over here is first, basically Excel. Reason being is our financials are there in an Excel format only. Second, I'm using a VBA. I've tried it with the Python only, but I'm not going to demonstrate my case with the Python because I try to reach the mass chartered accountants. Those chartered accountants, even they and automate these things in our offices because this use case being demanded by many of the chartered accountants because this automation, the transfer of the old format to the new format, it's not mandatory. Next, I've used a ChatGPT for debugging, for creating the macros, and the base structure and the correcting the utilities and using the macros. Right now, I'm going to show you the base formats that we are using in our offices. This is my balance sheet format that I'm using in my office. I have erased the name of my client plus my details also of the firm because this is a hackathon. This is my balance sheet format as we are using in our office. This is in a horizontal format. This is my P&L account that we're using in our office. Plus, this is the format that is being issued by the for standardized format. This is a balance sheet format. See, this is in a vertical format. That is in a horizontal format that we are using. This is a standardized format issued by the ICAI and taken is mandatory. And these are the two formats. Now I'm going to one more sheet that I've created for my automation. And this is out of this only because I have tried to create it in a very easy manner. So what I have done is I tried to create a mapping. I have mapped each and everything. This mapping is much more important for all of us because if you're able to understand this mapping, we will be able to apply this automation in our office at our own also. No need to get a paid tool or anything. This will be able to apply in your offices. So first of all, the difference between the two balance sheet is in first, there is a difference of the name also. We are using in our normal balance sheet that is a partner's capital account, but in a new format that is being owned by the owner's capital account. So their names are also different. Plus format is also different. That is being horizontal and the vertical format. The secured loans, the unsecured loan, that is the words are not there in a new format. The fixed assets that we're using in our old formats that is not there. So every name that we're using in our old format is being replaced to a new name that being adopted by the private limited companies also. So now this is a mandatory format for us. Right. So this is my first sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to automate my previous data to a new format. Plus I try to automate it for both years. That means one for the year is that is 2024 and one will automate for 2025. Right. I'll do for both of the years. For that, I have taken a very simple process. I go to my GPT. This is my prompt that I have used. Firstly, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to my GPT. This is my GPT where I'm going to give a prompt. I'll read out the prompt for you so that it will assist you to manage it in an office also. The first my prompt is, first I've given the instruction to automate the column. Okay, you might have seen in my mapping list. In my mapping list, I have seen that get the data from the source column that is D, and after that put the data in a source column that is E. And here in a prompt, I have given the instruction that is A is my this column, B is my this column, C is my this column, so that I will be able to map my sheets accordingly and in the easiest manner. So here, this is the prompt. A column is for old head name, B column is for new head name, C for old, and D for this, right? And then after I map the sheet related to the macros, then read the each row from my mapping sheet, detect the data and pull it from the data and place it in my new sheet. That is a mapping that I have done related to automation of the transfer of the entries from my old to new one. Till the time, I guess VBA code might have generated. This is a mapping. Yes, it have generated the code. Okay. Now just going to do that. I'm just going to copy the code. That's all. I'm just going to copy the code over here. Later on, we'll cross check. This is my old balance sheet. I'm going to close it. This is my new format. I'm also going to close this. This is my sheets, right? What I've done is, this is my old balance sheet. That is a balance sheet of 2024. This is my balance sheet that I've maintained related to 2025. This is my balance sheet, profit and loss account of 2024. And this is my profit and loss account that is related to 2025, right? And this is my new formats that I'm going to automate right over here. This is my new formats. So what I'm going to do is, these formats I'm going to apply over here. Simple VBA code, nothing else. What I'm going to do is, the creation of the VBA code of here, it might take time. Simply going to apply my code, close the screen and come back to main, your window, run the code, and let's see it's able to map or not. This is my, firstly, I'm going to check the balance sheet. This is my old balance sheet and this is my new format. So these are the values it has generated from my old plus new balance sheet, that is from the year 2024 plus year 2025. Plus I'm going to scroll down, it has mapped all the entries or not. Okay, the balance sheet total over here is 20 crore 56,000 370, and that is related to 2024. Let me check it. It has automated or not. Okay, that is 20 crore 56,000 367. That is correct. Now I'm going to year 2025. Year 2025 is 21 crores 43,000 6,349, and here new format total is, okay, the total is same. Here I'm going to asset side. Asset side, okay, here the total is different. Let me check the totals. Okay, the total is same. It was just the change of the formula over there. Total is same. It's 256, 2056 and 2056 over here. Now let me go through the profit and loss account. What is done to profit and loss account? In profit and loss account, these are entries are mapped from 2024 and 25. Here is my profit and loss account of 2024. Let me cross check with the net profit only. Net profit over here is 2024 and 2025. 2025 is 49,15,938 exactly, and old is, you can see it's matching. So try to automate it simply with the process of the VBA code. Plus we can automate with the Python also, but that will be little bit complicated for the normal users, normal chartered accountants that are using in our offices, because that is the prominent case nowadays, because we are not able to map our previous formats into the new formats. So this taken care in a mapping sheet. And moreover, I try to automate the things in a very simplest manner, right? And plus it helps you to save 80% or 90% of the time, and it will be valid for the both balance sheet, profit and loss account. You can able to extend this also, and it helps you to build the confidence, get the data from error free. Moreover, as this is a hackathon and this is a semi-final also, I request you to please vote for me. My use case number is 5, and let me vote for the 5-star rating because it's a use case number 5 plus it's 5. Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to
Thank you.
stop my sharing screen. Any queries? I'm ready to for the queries. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, sorry for my confusion. You are panel number 5 or participant number 5.
Sir, I'm panel number 5. I guess
5.
one is missing over there, maybe.
Yes. So I should have called panel number 4 before. So no problem. So first of all, the depth of now I'm feeling I'm in a chartered accountant's event. Till now, I was little worried about the technicality, whatever they have presented. But nevertheless, the meticulous work of bringing all the formats, coding them, with the alphabets to put it right, and all those things were very good. And you have the guts to put that live chat GPT into this session and making it work. It's always it doesn't work in the way we want, especially in the events. And for you, it worked well, and that shows the prompt how you have meticulously done. So the prompt detailing was very good. Obviously, you will get the right results, and overall, it's a very useful presentation and useful use case as well.
Thank you, sir.
Rishi?
Right. So again, a wonderful presentation, and you're again reiterating the fact that using simple tools, using tools which are available with you in hand, can really increase your productivity with manifold, simply with using AI and those simple tools. So great presentation again. No queries from my end.
Thank you, sir.
Vinit?
Pretty nice, nice the way you automated like it. It's really useful.
Thank you, sir.
And just a suggestion, the way you have used your zeal to automate from old style to new style, there are many more complexities happening. I'm in Europe, we're shifting IFRS many things, so you can apply this same your sense and professionalism to many other use cases. That's a suggestion. Overall, not many questions I have for you, but good one.
Thank you so much. I just try to make it so that larger audience can use it, because I got queries from many of the chartered accountants how we can do so, because audits are coming up. So try to use this automation in a very simplest manner. Thank you so much, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you very much. So the next participant. So the viewers and for everyone, the presented case was already, I mean, the previous case is 5. CA Pratinagi is 5. Now I'm calling CA Vishnu Manikam, the participant number 4. Sorry, Vishnu, for the...
No problem, sir. I totally understand.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Can you see my screen also, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I start?
Please.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected members, jury, and my dear friends. Today I'm here to present on the topic how to leverage Python for advanced calculations and predictive analysis, where Python is now built into Excel itself. My use case is number 4. I'm CA Vishnu Manikam Ganesan from Coimbatore. To present this, I have already prepared a simple profit and loss account projected for 10 years. Here's the profit and loss account, which is projected for 10 years, and I have an average net profit ratio of 30.15%. Now, there is a scenario when a banker asks for sensitivity analysis, that is, what will be the new ratio if there is change in percentage change in sales as well as percentage change in expenses. To do this, we can use data table under what if analysis, but the problem with the data table is that I'll just select the data. The problem with the data table is that I can input only 2 variables. I can input only 2 conditions here. One is for the row and another is for the column. But in the problem in my statement is I have the variables only in the row. That is, sales is also available only in the row and expenses is also available in the rows only. So I cannot do the data validation for both the conditions, that is change in expenses as well as change in sales. The only way to do is to use the help of Python or any other VBA code. I'll just demonstrate that. So to prepare this table, I'll be selecting the column input cell. I'll refer this cell. It will prepare the table. I have already prepared it for the expenses. I have prepared the data table for expenses, where you can see that if there is increase in 10% for expenses, the ratio is 27.44. I have new inputs here. That is for my original data. If there is a change in sales and change in percentage, for change in expense 10%, I have prepared a new profit and loss account using the Python code. I'll just demonstrate how to build this financial statement using the Python code. But I just want to show you that the ratio matches. For increase in 10% of expenses, I'm getting the net profit ratio as 27.44. And using the Python code, the financial statement which I have prepared, there also I get the same ratio. So here, to prepare this data table, I use what if analysis. In data table, I have to select column operator. It will prepare the data table. Since it takes some time to calculate in Python code, I just wanted to do it at this time. Now I'll also change the percentage in sales. Then I will show you my ChatGPT prompt. I'll change the percentage change in sales as 10% and the percentage change in expense also as 10%. Now I'll show you my ChatGPT prompt. In this prompt, I have just entered as in the sheet name financial statement, I have profit and loss account. In column A, it has particulars. In column B, it has few metrics, but the original data starts from column C. It starts with year 2025. It goes up to column L 2034. I also have input cells for percentage change in sales as B32 and percentage change in expenses as B33. For these input cells, I need an entire new financial statement with the following items. I need this Python code for Excel 365. So if I give this prompt, it gives me a neat Python script. I copy this and I will paste it into my Python script editor. To activate this Python script editor, I type equal to py open bracket. It will activate my Python script editor. In this Python script, I will paste my Python script. So it gives me the new table. This new table has accommodated both percentage change in sales as well as percentage change in expenses. But in original data table, I can accommodate only one variable, but here I'm able to accommodate both the variables. But this calculation can also be done using another tool in Excel itself called as Scenario Manager, where in Scenario Manager I can input multiple variables as possible. But the problem with Scenario Manager is that it will change my original data itself. So if it changes my original data, I will not be knowing what was my original data. It will completely change the original data. So what I need is, I need the original data as it is, but I need the new financial statement. So I use the Python script to prepare this new financial statement. But still, data analysis, in what if analysis, Scenario Manager can provide me the desired ratios, but it will collapse the original data. I can demonstrate another use tool to prepare a data table which originally cannot be done using data table. That is, I cannot accommodate both turnover and the expenses. This table cannot be determined using the Scenario Manager also. It cannot be determined using data table also. I should personally use either VBA or Python code. Here I am using Python code to prepare this data table where I have two variables, change in sales as well as change in expenses. I have one more input cell here. for percentage change in table also. I'll just show you my Python script here. In this Python script, I have entered the original Python code to prepare that new profit and loss table. And I'm giving a prompt that this code gave me a desired output. Thank you so much. Can you modify the code and give me one more table in the following format for getting the change in average net profit ratio for 10 years? So the average net profit ratio will change for following columns: 20% increase in expenses, 10% increase in expenses, and so on in the columns, and change in turnover also in my rows. So the above table should also be based on percentage change in sales, my input cell B32, and percentage change in expenses, my input cell B33. And I want one more input cell for 10% increase or decrease should happen using the input cell B34, that is change in percentage. So I copy this Python code and I run this Python code. I get the new table here. But if you see here, I have not given any values here. Now I will enter the values. Though I haven't given any values here, but still it gave me the table. If I enter the value also, the table will change accordingly. So I'll just show you what has happened in the script. In the script, if you see, for increase in base, if it is none, it will, if it has some value, it will give the table based on that value. If it is none, it will give the table based on the change in default percentage as 10%. That is why earlier in my table, it had 10 or 20% increase and decrease. Now, when I input the value as 5%, the data table changes accordingly for change in 5% expenses or 10% expenses. Similarly for turnover. Here, if you see, the percentage change in sales and expenses is 10% each. I'm getting the net profit ratio as 32.21%. So similarly, for 10% increase in expenses and 10% increase in turnover, I get the same ratio as 32.21%. So it doesn't stop there also. I can add another code. Can you give me a Python code to create a suitable chart for this table? It gives me a new Python code. If I copy and paste this Python code, it gives me a chart for this table also.
Vishnuji, a minute left.
Yes, sir. I'm just completing it. So for this table, I will get the chart also. So the darkest portion is the best solution, where I have to increase the turnover by 10% and decrease the expenses by 10% so that my net profit ratio will be higher. The darkest portion is highest and the lightest portion is the lowest ratio. So that is how powerful the Python script can accommodate multiple variables. This is a simple demonstration, but still I'm able to do the calculations even the what if analysis cannot do. Imagine the power with the help of AI ChatGPT, I can perform much more complicated and advanced calculations. So Python in Excel is really a boon to us. So that is my presentation. I hope you like my presentation.
Thank you, Vishnu. Indeed, we liked it very much, and thanks for keeping it very
Yes, I'll just
linear.
stop my presentation.
Yes, so
Yes,
you
sir.
have kept it very linear. You took a raw subject and was able to demonstrate step by step what you wanted to achieve and why you could not achieve with the regular things, and how you are leveraging Python and Excel, which is very wonderful topic which everybody has to know, because 2024, I think the latest version of
Yes,
365.
sir. Only in
Uh,
latest version it is available.
yes.
Otherwise, to get the same calculations, we can use the same ChatGPT prompts. We can ask for we can modify the prompts to get the Python code for Jupyter Notebook. In
Yes.
Jupyter Notebook, you can do the same calculations.
Yes. No, that is far from CS, but I think I cannot say
Yes,
this now,
yes,
given whatever I have seen so far. So there are, as you said, rightly mentioned, the possibilities are limitless, because Python is like the ocean, and
yes,
the necessity is the mother of invention. So whoever thinks the way they want, and I think they can achieve with the help of GPT and the Python. The very underrated, and still people are catching up about the Python and Excel. So you have opened that eyes for everyone to, and also shown what can be achieved, right? You
yes,
have taken on complex topic, and the one good thing which I see was the chart creation as well. Even in the good old days, to create a simple bar chart, we need to spend a lot of time. So you have created that heat map fantastically within a few seconds. So as I said, you have opened up the area where people can explore and make it much more useful for them, and can do a lot of automations. For me, automations are like 10x. The AI is nothing but making your life 10x faster. So your
yes.
demonstration of that particular use case reiterates that, and very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Over
you
to
so much.
Rishi and Vinith.
Thank you, sir. So, an excellent presentation. I have to say that this is very innovative that we're using Python directly in Excel now.
Yes,
Um, I think Microsoft has to be given due credit where possible. But just let me ask you this one question. What difference do you think it makes, even if you're generating Python code using ChatGPT? But what difference, as per you, does it make if you know a little bit of Python, if you have a little bit of background or basic knowledge about it?
Sir, with the Chat GPT, even when I used to prepare for this function, I need to break the errors. I need to handle the errors. In my code, I missed the codes for my sheet name. So missing the code cost me around 45 minutes to identify where I have been wrong. So basic knowledge of Python is a must. So to handle the errors, to give the prompt also, we need to know the basics in Python also. So that is how it works.
Thank you.
So, Vishnu, really nice presentation.
Thank you.
Especially you're doing on Excel. What we generally bankers see sensitive and scenario analysis. You have done it, and with
Yes.
multiple variables. That's fantastic. And as Subha said, I really like your heat map.
Thank you.
That will help not only the bankers, it's internal decision
Yes.
making. What we have
Yes.
to do achieve certain rate, because shareholder valuations, other thing depend on if you can achieve that or if not.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't have, it's crystal clear. So I don't have questions to you, but yeah, you can extend this work of yours in many other applications.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
I'm just trying to do that.
especially in manufacturing, there are many scenario analysis beyond accounting. If you are going slightly more detail, where accountants help the management team and board of directors in their decision making. So
Yes.
you can take more complex things and apply them rather than buying some complex optimization tools.
Yes, sir.
Great
Yes.
job.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Thank you,
And
sir.
just last but not least, you said Python knowledge is must. I think whoever knows
Basic
Excel,
knowledge is must, sir.
I would say the interest is must. People should have
Yes, sir.
attitude, and interest is must. Once you sit with the chat GPT and your basic understanding of Excel is enough. I think that's the way, because you have done a
Yes.
wonderful job showing the opening the world, thinking from the other angle of not Python outside or Jupyter or Colab or VS Code. You can use it
Yes.
in Excel as well. So then you should give positive words that attitude
Yes.
and mindset is very important rather than knowing the technicalities of it.
Yes. Yes.
Good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Rishi.
Right. Thank you, sir. So again, a very good evening to all the participants and panelists and our viewers as well. Just a quick reminder to keep voting for the panelists who have already presented and continue voting for those who will be presenting. Next up on the speakers is CA Ganpati Palanimuthu. I apologize if I've pronounced it incorrectly. Sir will be presenting a use case on Agentic AI RAG technology, retrieval augmented generation. and in terms of chatting with any content. Sir, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. Let me share the screen. Yeah. Is my presentation visible?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to the AI committee and jury and all the members or participants. Yeah. My use case is Agentic AI RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, chat with any content. Here, the vision is to enable natural conversation with any information source. Here, we shift from traditional search to an intelligent dialogue. This innovative solution is powered by Agentic AI, which thinks before it answers. Once again, to state, Agentic AI that thinks before it answers. Next, let us see, what is the necessity of having such a sophisticated system? Let me take you through the challenges. Traditional AI RAG. No doubt, traditional AI RAG also does that. It retrieves, it creates chunks, retrieves information and pass on to the LLM and, generates output. But the thing is, it's like a black box. You do not have visibility to how the output is generated. But when it comes to audit form reporting, it's very crucial. The visibility is highly important when the output needs to be needs auditable, and there should be an accountability, auditability, and accuracy of it when it matters. The traceability of how the report has been generated and what all the things have been considered in that is highly important. There comes the agentic AI, which is a fusion of beauty, logic, and sophistication. Let me go through the workflow. The workflow is, LangChain, Agentic AI, and LangGraph. This is the flow in which the application has been built. LangChain takes care of the fundamental process, the information collection, the standardizing the input. When the input is vague, find debt equity ratio, it standardizes, calculate debt equity ratio. Apart from that, it collects the data with regard to the financial year for which the information is required, database information, metadata for the document ID. It collects and passes it on to the Agentic AI. Agentic AI, I could relate it to a smart chartered accountant. Once the information is received, the Agentic AI, an intelligent layer which evaluates the complexity. Let us relate to a bank audit. So when assignment comes, if it is a simple audit, then we call it as it's not complex, and we may assign to one chartered accountant to handle that branch. If it is a complicated, complex one, having term loan, key cash credit, forex transactions, and corporate accounts, then auditor decides to split into multiple jobs and assigns to that. That is where the agentic AI takes the decision: should we split and allocate? Should we parallelly process? Should I send somebody to the branch and collect the data, and based on that I should start parallel? So whether I should do a hybrid approach, all those decisions are taken at this agentic AI level. Then comes the execution part. LangChain, LangGraph does the beautiful execution part where the data, it has got around 6 steps. So the query is analyzed and it plans and it retrieves data and it selects. Here it comes, the selection part, when at the planning stage, the query is decomposed. As advised by Agentic AI, the LangGraph splits that query into multiple queries and it starts retrieving answers from the database for each query. Then comes the quality evaluation. In the audit also, sometimes if any area lacks confidence, the team will be asked to revisit. Similarly, in agentic AI, this RAG application, land graph, if the confidence of the answer is low, it sends it back, please retrieve again. In audit form, we do it manually. In this application, land graph does it autonomously. Then comes the report generation and reasoning trace. We could get the complete step-by-step review, what has been done, at what stage the data is retrieved, whether interim progress update is given to the application. Similarly, the interim update which we give it to an auditor. This is the beauty of the agentic AI combination, leveraging with the LangChain and LangGraph. Next, a quick overview of the architecture. It's it's a web-based application using React as front-end, Python and Fast API as backend, and I use ChromaDB for vector database, and GPT and Claude AI for reasoning and retrieval. In and out, this application, I'm an R programmer. I more or less understand the Python coding, and it is used full in and out, developed by using Claude and ChatGPT. Let me go to the use case demonstration. Yeah, is that screen visible? The browser?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. If you need, I will increase the font. Okay. Here we have, this is a chat with any content, which has got a home screen where upload is available. Upload is unstructured data or structured data. So we can load as a structured data as an Excel and CSV, unstructured data as PDF, text file, any such text data can be uploaded. We can even, website also, we can select a website and extract the website and keep it in our ChromaDB vector database and chat with that. The extraction and all these things takes time. So I have already extracted. I'll show you how the use case is demonstrated. Now comes the knowledge base. Let me select. This is a press. A company has provided a press release for the financial year 2024, and I have the company's financials 2022 and 23. It takes 1 minute, 30 seconds. Now, there is an option whether you want to use Agentic AI or raw AI, but we will go with the Agentic AI. Select. Now we can even select a website and also add it to the chat, but it takes time. Let me chat. I have a query here, like, for this company, demonstrate, are they investing in growth opportunities, market expansion, new business, all these things. At the end of it, the trustworthiness of the output is critical for any profession, especially where needs to be accountable, auditable, all these things. So I am asking the to chat to provide me with a score of 1 to 10. So let me copy this.
Ganpati sir, a minute left.
Oh my God. Sorry, it takes little more than a minute. Please extend. Yeah. First, it tells the query agent how the questions are split. It clearly says complex analysis and source is selected. the beauty is, beauty lies in the transparency part of it. And it retrieves, retrieval intelligence is given. Then starts the answering synthesis, which is generation of report. Give me some more time, Mr. Rishi. Should be okay. Quick, come on. It's parallelly processing. It is reading document, and at the same stage, it's it's analyzing it. That's the beauty of Agentic AI LAN graph. Yeah, it's generating 60%. Quick, come on. Another 15 more seconds should be. Yeah. This is the complete flow you have. Let me close it. I'm not able to close. Yeah. All right. So we have here the output, and we can get the agent reasoning from there. The output is here, and trustworthiness score is given. How it is justified here. Follow-up questions are there. I can click here and ask follow-up questions. The reasonings are available here. Query analysis, complex. Why it is complex? It is explained. The split of 5 questions are provided here, and how it plans the execution, whether it is parallel, and what are all the stages it touched, source selection, and till the generation of follow-up questions are explained here. And actually, I need some more time, but that's it. We can even chat with Yahoo Finance data in this knowledge base. But as of now, because due to time constraint, I'll stop with this. Any questions, please?
Right. Thank you, sir. So just one question for you. So you've used LangChain, if I'm not wrong, right? For
Yes.
yeah.
I use LangChain.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I think there's some sort of API also for
Yes.
ChatGPT or Claude or something like that. So the question is, when we talk about extracting data from documents, especially when it's PDF,
Yeah.
have you come across any sort of use case or any sort of an indication that the extraction is being done incorrectly or that the language model is hallucinating?
See, we always cross-check. So here, actually, for extraction, I do not use LangChain for document loading. It is a custom function because I have extraction for text data, Excel data, PDF, all these things. So from the subsequent section, yes, LangChain process is applied. So the initial process is extracted, and there is an option to view whatever once when we complete the loading, there is a provision to, let me show. Now it won't come, but once when we complete the loading, we can see what has been loaded. Line by line, we can see, including PDF, we can see what has been loaded in that. So there is a validation process. As I told you, the LangChain is used for chunk creation, chunk embedding, query embedding, systematic search, and data retrieval. Then I go to the hybrid approach of LangChain and OpenAI, all these things for the LLM integration and report generation. Formatting is handled by Python.
Right. Got it. Thank you. Viniji, Subha sir, your queries.
Ganpati ji, fabulous work, especially you're talking on agentic AI. So you're really advanced. I'm impressed with your piece of work, what you have crafted. So my question is, when you are using this agentic AI, especially for document, is there a limit? Generally, even the chat GPT, they come to a limit. You can't read more than 40 pages in case a document is 200 or 500 pages, because your application goes through its RAG model. It can go to any knowledge base, search for any bigger document.
Yeah.
So is there a limit,
Actually, I
document
tested
limit?
it. Yeah. I have not come across that because it is again ChromaDB vector database is used, and I and even income tax law, finance minister speech, all those things I have uploaded and reviewed on the next screen. So I have not faced any maybe while asking it may take another 15 seconds more, but the limitation of loading I have not faced. The high dimension vector database holds the entire data. You know the finance manager speech, finance minister speech on the number of pages, and the Income Tax Act as well. That also has been loaded, and I reviewed it.
So it will be good. I mean, my suggestion is this: it will be good to test on different points if the document is really large. Uh, you might have tested on one or two things, but good to test on different elements if it's able to connect the entire end-to-end document. That's my suggestion. Second is you're using APIs, and I see it's very integrated, which is good part. Now, are you basing this information retrieval or anywhere you're using token-based approach? And is there a limit for that? You can only use for
Yeah.
time and then.
No, we have maximum token defined in every call. So accordingly, yes, if I instead of for the report generation, I have even 4,000 tokens, but I don't give 4,000 tokens when I ask for the simple query. So it's all defined in the maximum token is defined in the coding itself.
Okay, thank you, Ganpati. Again, you are working on Agentic AI, impressive work. Thank you very much. And I hand over to Subha.
Yeah. Yes, sir. First of all, yeah, as everyone said, it's a advanced topic. This year in AI is called Agentic Year, so you have touched it right. Um, uh, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
What is the tool you use it for the extraction, document extraction, especially for example, documents or Excel? So what is the tool is used?
For document extraction, I have Python libraries to use.
Okay, so you can name any?
It is regressive, custom pivot PD2 and PDF, plumber and DOC, all these things, custom functions are being used for extraction.
Okay, so I think you have my answer for my next question as well. So you are using OpenAI embedding models.
Yes.
Okay.
Embedding is done by LangChain.
No, we need
Chunking.
to have
Yeah.
embedding models to store these things in the vector database. So it cannot directly take
Yeah,
your
AI embeddings, OpenAI embeddings is used jointly with ChromaDB for embedding, chunk embedding.
Okay, so the OpenAI embedding is paid version, so that you have to use.
Yes. I have both subscription for usage as well as API. It takes from API. Yes.
Understood. At what point in time we are using Claude? You are mentioning as you have Claude as well.
Claude, when it comes to financial data, where I felt that I should use Claude, when I analyzed the Yahoo financial data, where I felt that the Claude, the recent one is actual. I occasionally use it because the recent one is really costlier. Cloud 4.
Yes, it's $75 per million token.
Yeah. So that's why I use it only for the report generation of Yahoo financial data.
Understood.
But for the coding, it's amazing. I'm an R programmer. I support doctors for medical research, all these things. I'm good at statistics. I run a YouTube channel for education purpose, purely subject statistics and all these things. But I'm much familiar with this, Python, React, all these things, how the coding, at least you understand, ask right question to Claude and chat to get that information. Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me close it.
Now,
1 minute.
Yeah.
I'll stop the sharing.
Right.
1 minute. I'll stop the sharing.
So thank you, sir. And with that, now let me just introduce our next speaker. He is CA Ketan Parakh, and he'll be discussing on revolutionizing the vendor management. So let's see what he has in store for us. Sir, the stage is yours.
Hi, thank you. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah, it's visible.
Fine. So, hi, my name is CA Ketan Parakh. I'm from Pune. In the last session, we'd seen how just by scanning a QR code right from the warehouse, 24/7 accounting happens automatically and it goes and sits into your tally. This time, keeping the same track of purchases and expenses, we'll see 5 points related to vendors, what we've done on the vendor side, using the APIs that the government provides. So if you worked with large companies, you must have seen that getting a vendor code itself is a challenge. I know companies where it takes 2 months to get a vendor code. It's like a trophy that you get. But then maybe it is because of the trust issues or for some other reason. But we worked on the trust part of it. If I may show, here is the. Okay, so if you are a company, I just say invite vendor. I enter the email and name, and the request is sent to the vendor on their email. On clicking on the link, they see this page wherein they can upload their documents. Let's upload one. Okay, just by uploading the document, the system is reading the document and it is also fetching it from the government website. So just by entering the PAN number, I see that this company has 3 GST numbers. I can choose or the person, the vendor can choose which GST number they are opting for. And the check is also read. Not just read, but again checked with the bank website. Okay, this was optional. The bank check is here. So yeah, some and an email ID. That's it. The vendor's role is over where they can submitted the documents. Now, when it comes to the company sees this screen and they can see the document along with the information on the right hand side. So I have some data. This is what was read from the document and this is what the government has given, that the PAN is operative, it's a resident company, and the bank details, again, it is of the same company, it is checked with the bank. Doing this, I sanction and onboard, the vendor gets created, it goes into tally, and I get a vendor as well there. Coming to the next part, I will not take through the vendor creation mode because there again, I have all these documents that we uploaded are stored. If we go to the next part, which is the vendor KYC. So very often we have lots of vendors here. NASA is the last one that I have at the top. Let's say in Tally, we have some vendors. I just sync my Tally with this solution, and we have 4 or 5 vendors that have come at the top. These have come from Tally right now. And if I verify them, because I know of a company which had some around 30,000 customers, and because of Section 194R of TDS, they had to deduct TDS uh, for all their dealers, for all the schemes that they roll out. And 5 people have been working on it for 6 months, but still the work was not getting done. But it is so simple where just within minutes, all the data gets checked from the government website. So if you have 5,000 or 2,000 vendors, all of them, my GST details are checked. This party, their GST status is cancelled. Of course, there will be no GST return because it is cancelled. So KYC, one is vendor onboarding, second is KYC of vendors. That is happening easily through the application. And then there's a innovation page that see various large companies, they're spending lakhs and crores of rupees in getting the vendor flow right. So what, assuming this is your website now, assuming this is your company's website, just such a page can be created free of cost, wherein you have a vendor portal where the vendor can upload their invoices, they can view their PO bill and also submit whatever innovations they've done for their customers. So I just upload. So as a vendor, I see only those screens which I have access to, and I upload the document. Not just uploading the document, but if I also, as in if I enter the details, my data entry is also 0. In QR code, the data entry has been made 0 completely. And for other bills also, your vendor can just upload the invoice and the data entry is done again. So your accounts payable team's work is again reduced significantly. They can focus on more important things. Yeah, so this invoice that we uploaded has come here. And they can enter the details and proceed. Coming to the next part, onboarding is done, KYC, innovation page, status check. Very often the invoices that we receive, the status is not genuine, as in just right now we saw the vendor's GST number was cancelled or suspended. Then our ITC claim is going to go for a toss in any case. So if I choose any vendor, it shows me in real time whether this party is filing their returns, what dates they are filing their returns, when I am processing any invoice. So if we take another one, here the GST number has been cancelled. Same way, when I'm making the payment, very often for GST ITC, companies hold back the GST amount and release only after they get credit of it on their TP portal. Again, that is synced completely here, and I can easily just hold the amount of GST and release the payment. So it makes sure that your GST ITC is always, you claim the optimum amount. Then payment advices are there, wherein just one click and the entire accounting entry is getting done, and also payments are happening. So let's say, for example, there is this party and some payment reference number. The accounting entry is getting created automatically with the proper narration. And I'm just sending a payment advice to the vendor. So the vendor gets all the details of the payments that have been done with a view of the document that has been uploaded. So I can also see the document that was used by my buyer. Okay, normally it comes, but nevertheless, we can see a older one. Yeah, so and same way GSTR 2A 2B reconciliation is happening automatically. So this is on the vendor side, all on the track of purchase and expenses. So yeah, effectively on a day-to-day basis, a lot of time gets reduced and the confidence in the system improves of the management. I am done, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir. So, just one question for you.
Mhm.
Uh, this seems like a properly built tool, right? So, what is the front end, back end technologies which you have used, or the languages, or let's say, are you using API for some sort of data extraction of AI, or is it completely based on Python, or what is that? Uh,
Okay, so for front end, we are using Angular. For back end, we are using .NET Core on Azure. And APIs, of course, we have a lot of APIs wherein government data is getting synced through APIs. And integration, complete integration with Tally, wherein we saw ledgers created in Tally are going to this application and vouchers created here are going the other way around.
right. Thank you. Subha sir?
Yeah. Overall, nice presentation. So in terms of connecting to the government portals, it is not generally uh, available for individual users. So how do you manage that?
GSP APIs, there are GSPs, we buy those APIs and then integrations have been done.
So you buy the third party
Correct, correct. We've
API?
used those APIs. Correct.
Okay, fine. My question was specific to that. Vinith?
So Ketanji, definitely a sophisticated one, a nice one. Especially I can tell you in Europe we have this KYC and KRA. This is really nice for those kind of usage here. You just said that you buy the APIs. Then, so do you have different version of your tool, like on subscription based, like different versions? If you're using these services, this is a price, and above that, how somebody
Correct.
can use this?
So the free version you can use even without any API. So the entire thing can be done manually. And if you need those automations, only then you have to pay for it. So
And how much time it took for you to develop this tool? And the tool what you have showed is what portion was free and what was paid version?
there are several modules in this. Let's say, for example, expense claims of employees, that goes free, or the vendor
No,
portal.
so no, I want to be very specific on the vendor thing. What you have showed, you can go and check checks, and you can even authenticate the PAN card based on the website immediately on real-time basis. Is that a paid service or a unpaid and end-to-end what you have shown?
So there's a freemium model. The initial part is free, and then it's a paid thing.
So part of it is paid also here. Okay.
Correct. So the vendor thing that we mentioned, that on your website you can have a link where all your vendors can put, that is free of cost, and companies are spending lakhs and crore just to get the I mean, for larger
Okay.
ERPs, as you know.
Okay. So how big was the team when you developed this? What kind of people you used to develop this?
We are 5 of us and 5 coders primarily, and it's taken us around 3 years to build this application.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
So, thank you, sir. And let's move on to our next speaker, CA Shubham Patel. He'll be discussing his use case on revolutionizing consultancy with interactive AI agents. So the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So before starting my demonstration, I will start it with by the actual final outcome so that it can be relatable to most of us then. See, I'm just clicking on the start button.
Hello, I'm Isha from CA Shubham Patel's office. Excited to welcome you to today's hackathon semifinal. Are you facing any issues like taxes, finance, or planning goals? And before we continue, can I get your name?
Hey Isha, I am Shubham Patel. I will talk to you after 3 minutes once I complete my other assignments.
Sure, I'll be right here whenever you're ready to chat. Just let me know when you're back.
Yeah. So guys, this was the final outcome. I will now just slide over to the actual presentation part. So everybody must be knowing that what type of use case or demonstration will be all about. So I am just revolutionizing the consultancy, the most of the main pain area for all the chartered accountant. But before that, I'm just giving you the disclaimer that there is no solicitation intent with all these terms which I will be using in my demonstration. I'm using the deployment in Microsoft Azure Cosmos database, Azure OpenAI API, Azure Static App URL, GitHub, Bhashini API, and Conso. And even my author can talk about the services provided by CH Vampatil is just a part of the demonstration part. So moving on to the problem statement, why it is required. So the problem is the universal problem of all the chartered accountant present over here or in the entire universe. So the main problem is, so first of all, imagine yourself in a situation where a client sits in front of you, which is a random client, and ask about the query which has already been discussed with you long back ago as well. So he wants to purchase a car. He wants to ask you a query regarding the whether he can get the GST claim on the purchase of the motor car. Or at the same time, you receive a phone call from another client that, sir, what are the updates in the budget 25? Or you receive one more query from your another client that, sir, I want to start a textile manufacturing plant. So what are the subsidies available to me? And one more thing, that there is one more Google Meet that Google Meet scheduled on your behalf that on regarding the NRI tax planning. So what you will do, this is the entire stressful problem of all the chartered accountants. There is a solution for it. So the solution is the real-time hyper-realistic avatar which can talk to you in any language. Any language means two languages I have integrated first. So which is available 24/7 by 365 days, and it has the extensive knowledge base. Let me first demonstrate again with you. We have kept on hold this Isha we kept her hold for 3 minutes. So let me again, there are options. Let me just have a conversation with her first.
Hello, I'm Isha from CA Shubham Patel's office. Excited to welcome you to today's hackathon semifinal. I'd love to know your current situation. Facing any issues with taxes, finance, or planning goals? And before we continue, what's your name?
Hey Isha, I am Shubham Patel. What are the DTAA benefits available for Singapore NRIs?
Hey there. So, NRIs from Singapore can enjoy some great benefits under the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement DTAA with India. The main perk is that capital gains from Indian mutual funds are exempt from taxation in India, as long as the gains are remitted to a Singapore bank account. You'll also need to provide a tax residency certificate TRC and Form 10F to claim these benefits. If you need help navigating the process, just let me know.
Oh, that's great. But can you tell me about case laws that backs your DTAA claim? Let me just start it again. There is a problem with the microphone. If my microphone is engaged in the Zoom, there is a problem if there is a microphone.
Hi, I'm Isha from CA Shubham Patel's office. Excited to welcome you to the hackathon semifinal. Are you facing any issues?
Hey Isha, can you tell me the
Hey there.
case laws?
Can you tell me your name first?
Yes.
It helps me make this a bit more.
Yes, can you tell me the case laws regarding the DTAA benefit? So she can give you the answer in any language, in any way. So let me again show you the close this chat and tell you the if I select, there is a voice, I have modulated the two voices and I have also integrated the vernacular and the regional languages as well. So currently I am selecting the Hindi language. So let's see if it works or not. If the live demo is not working, I have also created the screen recording in the morning. Just I kept the screen recording of the same.
हेलो, मैं ईशा हूँ सीए शुभम पटेल के ऑफिस से। आज के हैकाथॉन सेमीफाइनल में आपका स्वागत है। मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि आपकी वर्तमान स्थिति क्या है। क्या आपको टैक्स, फाइनेंस या अपने अगले लक्ष्यों की प्लानिंग में कोई समस्या हो रही है? और आगे बढ़ने से पहले क्या मैं आपका नाम जान सकती हूँ?
हेलो ईशा, मेरा नाम शुभम है। क्या आईटीआर की ड्यू डेट एक्सटेंड हो चुकी है?
नमस्ते शुभम, मैं ईशा हूँ, सीए शुभम पटेल के ऑफिस से। हाँ, आईटीआर की ड्यू डेट को बढ़ा दिया गया है। अब यह 15 सितंबर 2025 तक है। तुम्हें और जानकारी चाहिए?
नो, दैट्स इट। थैंक यू सो मच। बाय बाय ईशा।
अरे कोई बात नहीं शुभम, तुमसे बात करके अच्छा लगा। बाय बाय और ध्यान रखना।
Okay, so I'm just closing again this demo screen and tell you the most important thing which is backing this thing is the knowledge base. I have prepared the knowledge base in the short format. If somebody is asking the query regarding the capital gains, somebody wants to sell the proper query regarding the capital gain, that model will find the answer first in this thing, that whatever blogs or whatever documents are prepared, on that basis she will find the answer from these documents, then it will give the answer directly in that way. Plus I have used Microsoft Azure services for deploying my this avatar plus the entire LLM model. I'm using the Azure OpenAI resource. There is one more static web app. Static web app is the front end or back end, whatever you say. The entire app is generated in this way, and the source model is the GitHub, where the entire this resource web flows you can see over here. If I click on the action, you can see the web flows of it. You can see the avatar studio or whatever things we have already discussed, or whatever I am showing it to you. And the second most important thing is, so let me also show you the few of the important things, that the throughput as well. Throughput is the thing which can tell you the how many number of users can be which is very much related to the Cosmos database. I'm using the Cosmos database for the, or either you can use the vector database as well, where you can see over here I kept the throughput as 400. That means the 400 users can use it simultaneously. And the second important thing is the persona, where you can see actually the persona page is more than 7 pages. So it took me around 550 prototypes or 50 iteration to make the final, or it's still not the final version of it. So these are the things. And then the main important thing was the knowledge base. And let me show you. See, I have kept some recordings of the same. I'm skipping the recording if the mic was working fine, so I can skip it in that way. So concluding that how it works in very simple terms. If it was very technical for you, let's say a client or user wants to interact with the avatar, he will first select the language and ask his query to the avatar. But before that, his speech is converted to text, text is converted to prompt, and then the prompt will be fine-tuned before going to the avatar. Then avatar or my model will find answer in the my knowledge base, first knowledge base, and then if the answer is not available, it will go to the LLM. This is called the RAG technology, retrieval augmented generation. Once that answer is given, that knowledge base and LLM will be converted to the text output with the help of the web RTC, that is web real-time communication, or web graphic language, which will convert into 2D and 3D. The response is again fine-tuned, aligned with the knowledge base and persona. I already told the persona is the most important thing in order to make the conversation between the client and the avatar. The next, it will again make the text to speech in the language of the user, whatever he had asked his query. Then this complete the one cycle of the communication, that everything is happening within the 2 second of that, with the 2 or less than 2 second only. Okay, so for this I'm using the API calls of the API calls from the Azure deployments, Azure OpenAI API, web speech API of the Mozilla, and then the Cosmos database and the GitHub workflows as well. So again, she has come over here.
Thank you for watching this AI Hackathon semifinal. This solution isn't just innovation, it's a practical revolution for chartered accountants. Imagine automating client queries, offering 24/7 expert advice, and scaling your practice without burnout.
So way forward, in fact, we can, I'm into it, we can also integrate with the Bhashini API, which is a in-house our own Indian this model, which can have the multiple Indian language, be it Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, or any North Indian or any South Indian, Central Indian, Bhojpuri language. We can have it in that way. We can make it more human-like, having voice and gesture. Also, we can create a domain-wise expert avatars as well. So other areas where it can create the social impact can be related to the farmers in case of the farming, or the remote patients. If there is a remote patient, it can be used for it can be used by the HR for interviews, or any malls or any other type of services it can also provide as well. But the main important thing is the chartered accountants consultancy. It can save your time, and it can help you to live life much less stressful, and definitely it will save your time and make that Lakshmiji can come to your home as well. So I hope my use case demonstration will benefit my CA fraternity. So signing off from here, your CA Shubham Patel. Over to you, the jury members. Thank you so much. I hope my actually my demonstration was started after 5 p.m. I think it may impact the voting impact as well. So over to you, juries.
Right, right. Thank you, sir. And I think the voting is still going on. It will still go on till our last speaker presents. Now, for this presentation, I would definitely like to say that things which can be done using an LLM and having a creative twist into it, having a AI version talk with you instead of just having a simple text-based chatbot is definitely something which is innovative.
Correct,
So
sir.
good, you did that. So now that brings me to my question. How much time do you think did you take to develop this?
Sir, I am actually started doing this after after doing my this AICA level 1 course. I started exploring more towards AI, and definitely it took. I did my AICA level 1 in October, but before that I started working on these avatar parts, and definitely it took around more than 6 months to do this thing.
Right. Thank you.
In fact, the majority of the part was taken by the most important time that consumed was related to making the knowledge base and the iterations of the persona. In the avatar's case, the persona was the most important thing.
Yeah, and I think that was my second question, that how frequently, let's say you go ahead and use this for your clients as well. So how frequently do you have to update the knowledge base, or what's your workaround for that in terms of the
See,
updates and
so just last week news was regarding that extension of date. So I have updated the knowledge, knowledge base regarding the date has been extended to 15th of September. So every Saturday or every Sunday, whenever I get time, I can update the knowledge base, whatever the recent news has been appeared. Or if whenever I get the free time after 9 p.m., I can update my knowledge base, update that model's knowledge base.
Thank you. Subha sir?
Yes, indeed, a more fascinating one. What is the TTS model used here?
So text to speech is regarding this Azure text to speech only, sir.
Okay. For the
Yes, the entire deployment, the major
first,
80% deployment has been made in the Azure, Microsoft Azure only.
okay, very good. I think for the RAG portion, what is the embedding model is used here?
So for RAG, there is a in Azure there is a deployment name AI Doc Intelligence. So where it can retrieve the data from the knowledge base of yours. So it can fetch the information first from the knowledge base. If the knowledge base is if she can if that avatar can't find answer from that knowledge base, she can go to the Azure's Open AI API where they can fetch the answer.
Okay. Okay. So since Azure is involved, what is the approx cost? You would think running it for 1 month, or I mean, it's your personal thing. So in the sense,
Currently, sir,
you
I haven't explored it in any commercial way. I'm just demonstrating it for the only
no,
for the hack.
sorry, I didn't ask for commercial pay. This is what I meant was, if somebody is trying this out, you have given a thought on how it can. See, the entire objective is to showcase the tech availability, like each of the participants above you, and the person who's going to come is to explain what are the things available and how people can explore it, right? Like you said, after the AICA course, you wanted to pursue this much more and then bring it to this. This is a fantastic effort, and I completely understand the amount of effort you need. Apart from your regular work, to spend day and night to get this done, and especially error handling, like the other participant said. So, to put it in perspective, I thought what would be this the Azure cost and all we have to spend, or
Correct,
somebody
sir.
has to
In
spend.
fact, we get the Azure credits by many modes as well. You get the free credits, or you can apply
Mm.
for Azure for startups, or in fact, if you are building it in GCP as well, Google Cloud
Mm.
Console or AWS, you get the free initial credits for using it, so that it can be used just for exploring the same. So one can get it built by that platform as well.
Exactly, that is what I was looking for, to get it from your words. So because people should know that they need not spend it to get it
Yes,
there for the trial versions, so they can get it funded by the respective
yes, correct,
cloud
sir.
providers.
In fact, most of the APIs are open sourced, so that was the case.
Thank you. Good show.
Thank you so much, sir.
Nice work, definitely. Means I'm really impressed with you and other previous presenters. The kind of technology you guys are embedding. It's all these are sophisticated technologies, and I'm impressed, and I'm really feeling very proud. I'm part of ICAI and this AI team. Really impressive, all of you guys. Now, when you come to your technology, you gave example of NRI answering.
Yes, yes.
And means I'm based out of UK, and we deal with these type of matters. And your knowledge base, I can see you have knowledge base. You have kept knowledge base. So NRI or anything dealing with any taxation matter is a complex matter. I give
Correct,
you
sir.
an example of UK. If you're talking about taxation, or so residency come in play, domicile comes in play. So how do you get the information? Because if you're giving one question and the avatar or the answer is coming out, or it's giving a para, how do you give the right answer to the question seeker?
So see, this is the most important thing. If any person asks this thing to the Chat GPT, Cloud, or any other model available over here, they can never answer you this thing. If they ask the this thing that whether I can get the DTAA benefit if I am the UAE or Singapore NRI, so if you ask the Chat GPT, it will totally disagree with your point, and it will say that there is a taxability on India only. So what I did, I have made the various blogs which I share with. Actually, I'm having the practice of NRI taxation only. So this is the thing where I have uploaded this document over here. I update the knowledge base of it. First, it will see if you ask if you had seen over here that he first go through these. These blogs or these whatever we can say document, it will first go through this thing, then it will if the information is not available with my particular knowledge base, still my knowledge base is more than the total database is more than 500 GB. So if the knowledge it is not available over here, then it can go to the OpenAI's API platform. Just
So
thanks to RAG technology,
I will
due to tokens
I'll
are
add to I will add to my question. Scenario in India or outside only, like you have 180 days, and these kind of days are there. If you ask somebody, okay, this is the income, somebody is earning whatever, 1
yes, sir.
crore, 2 crore, 5 crores, what's the taxation? It will give a slab. But the
Correct.
taxation depends on the days, the status, and number of multiple things. Then the right
Correct.
taxation comes. So is the functionality, it can cross question, it can ask before giving the answer.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it can cross question. If you actually due to this Zoom's limitation or GPU limitations, the my both of the microphone were there was lag in the microphone. If in the first part only, she asked me about the what are the whether do you want to know more about the documentation part as well. So if I had told that please let me know the documentation which are required to get this DTAA benefit, she could have gone through this thing. But as you rightly said, sir, there is a terminology named as threading of the communication or conversation. So definitely I am working on it, and currently whatever may be the theoretical part, it is able to do that. So whatever we can have a consultancy or call or any Zoom meet, she can take care all of those part. If when it comes to any calculation or any statistical part, we need to I have also prepared the chatbot for it, so where they can have a calculative part. I demonstrated that chatbot in my previous prelims, which was the same on the basis of this. With the calculation part can be taken care by the chatbot.
Okay. My second question to you is, you used RAG plus, you said that if you don't get the answer from the knowledge base, it will go to LLM model and research it.
Correct.
So how do you manage hallucination over there when it goes to LLM models?
So the first thing is I am trying to curate more and more toward the my knowledge base, or the knowledge base which I have prepared over here. The knowledge base, in fact, the knowledge base I have curated the GST FAQs, income tax FAQs. In fact, I have also created the master blog as well. If somebody asks the query related to income tax, that to income tax, if the query is relevant only to the other sources or PGBP, so PGBP in itself has the this number of blogs or it. So I'm trying to make it more and more towards accuracy, so that the hallucination can be made negligence.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. So thank you, Shubhamji. And
Okay.
we'll move to our next speaker now, CA Chinmay Pathak. And his use case is on Appealizer. So I'm assuming that has something to do with using AI to respond to appeals and respond to notices and create appeals as such. So the floor is yours.
Yes, a very pleasant afternoon to everybody. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the term appealizer, sir, the random guess that you took, it's not related to that regarding framing of appeals. It is more related to all the chartered accountants in practice, traditional practice, who are not into core litigation. So, for example, if a client comes up and asks us any question which is not directly into the act, which is not directly into a provision, but has been decided by an income tax case at an ITAT level, as a traditional practitioner, we are not updated on a day-to-day basis to that. Only the core litigationers who are into specific litigations are used to doing this. So I created a tool which is roughly at a very minimal, it uses a very minimal cost, almost zero cost, except the API that it uses. It is regarding that on a day-to-day basis, how it creates summary for the daily decisions that ITAT pronounces. So first, I will go into the demo, and then we will go into the fundamentals of how I created this. It's a very easy to use tool. So as you can see, this is my this is the front end screen that you can see. It's a tool. Now what this is all auto selected. I will just reload it once. You can see the bench Pune, because I come under the jurisdiction where it is Pune. You can select whatever jurisdiction you are into. But since I am deciding in Pune or Nasik, whatever it may be, the jurisdiction is Pune. Income tax appeal, and I will select a date. Okay. Every day, a CA comes to his office in the morning, 11 a.m. For example, he just has to select its previous date. For the ease of reference, I'm using 23rd of February, 23rd of May. So it will, once you click on get captcha, it will get the captcha from the ITAT's website. So I'll enter it, file, I'll submit it. Now, what is happening basically? My program is approaching the ITAT website. It is downloading all the orders that are pronounced by ITAT Pune on that specific 23rd of May. It is taking those PDF to ChatGPT, which is trained by me on how to summarize orders. And after summarizing entirely, it is giving the results here, where I will be able to read all the orders, and there will be summaries for it in four lines. So, for example, if there are 10 orders.
Sorry to break it apart. The screen is not actually visible right now.
Okay,
Word document is being shown there.
Yeah, the screen is visible, but it is stuck.
Now visible, sir?
Yeah, now we can see.
Should I repeat the process or should I let it continue?
No, please continue.
Yeah. So it is giving the summaries of each and every case that was pronounced on that day. So for a general traditional CA practitioner who is not into court litigation, what it is going to present is magic. So a classic example is that if a client comes to me and asks me, sir, I'm selling a rural agricultural land and I'm taking, for example, 40% of amount in black. Is it also is it taxable, sir, if tomorrow a raid happens on me? So as a general practitioner, this answer does not lie in the Income Tax Act, but there is a case law which says that if the main income is exempt, then any on money, any income which is earned in black from the same source is also should be exempt. So it helps us in day-to-day traditional consulting whenever questions comes up. So let it summarize all the 10. So there are 10 decisions on that date. So it is taking some time. So let it summarize. And all these decisions that it is summarizing, we are going to get complete details, which will be fed into an Excel sheet. So we can download that Excel sheet and keep us for our reference. Now, the question that arises here is that there are alternative practice softwares, research softwares available, but they are very costly. Like for example, Taxman, the basic subscription goes for 30,000 a year. And for that rupees that we are affording, we are not into core litigation. So there's no stuff for buying a software only for the purpose of research. That too, if you subscribe to their emails, their daily emails that will come into your email their daily analysis, it will not contain detailed summaries. It will be like click here to buy subscription for reading entire. My software or my process, which is a completely developed on my local system and is not published anywhere, is doing it for a very minimal cost. So before going into the fundamentals and the tools used, it's a very basic and any CA can use it in his office. I will go into that part. Let's first complete the demo. So now my summarizing, it has summarized all the 10 of 10 PDFs of the orders that were pronounced on 23rd of May. So if each order is of roughly 30 pages, you would have required 13 to 10, 300 pages to be read out to know what is exactly in the decision. And that's not going to work. Now, I will just look here, view AI summary. It's a 4-line summary, sir. The tribunal dismissed the assess's appeal. Why? Because for unexplained cash deposits. And there is a detailed summary. It's just 5 to 6 lines. So there is the TOLA Act that came during COVID. I will go here again. This case summary, 4 line, I will read it. Okay, this is something like that. So if I have anything related to 36.58, any disallowance thing, I know that this is the case that has decided. Now, nobody has time to read it all and all. So you can just download here the Excel sheet and it will come here. Once you open it, you will see, since I was not able to format the Excel, it will come like this, roughly like this. But see, sir, here, there is detailed summary and there is 4-line summary for every case. So for example, if my client is asking me about something related to gold, or I just need to search about in the database, I will write gold. If it is something related to it, and okay, if not, then cash deposit. So it has cash deposit something. What is the detailed summary? Firstly, there is something called as in whose favor the decision came. So this one, sir. So it came in the favor of revenue. So it's not of my use. If it is in the favor of assessee, then only it is of my use. So daily, if we go it and if we do this task on a daily basis, it will take hardly a minute to summarize the entire data. But I will have the summaries of all the case law that are pronounced by my jurisdictional ITAT. You can use this for GST as well. You can use this for RERA as well. And there is no such limitation of using it. The cost is very minimal, and I would come on to it now. So this is regarding the demonstration that I had to present. You can see the summary. There is a detailed summary. If you are interested in the case law, the detailed summary is here. If you are just interested in what has happened, the 4-line summary is here. What are the key issues involved? So, okay, the validity of reassessment was there, interest. So now various notices are being issued this year, which were not issued by the National Faceless Authority. So all those will be here that, okay, the notices were quashed. Which are the sections involved? 148, 158. Everything will come here. And not only that, sir, the relevant order link will also come. You can just copy this on your Google Chrome and you will get the order directly. So there is no need to buy any premium software or do anything. You just need to have this. Now, what it exactly it is using? Firstly, I will go to the problems that it is addressing. Time-consuming manual reading. every day in and out, we cannot read all the orders. All the general practitioners who are not into core litigation, be it GST, RERA, or whatever, they don't have time to read those orders. So this program is there, which will manually, it will scan it automatically. It will use the trained chat GPT to give them the output, desired output. And it will take only a minute in the morning of the day. You just have to do it. Then secondly, subscription cost of other platforms is very high. Here we are using paid version of ChatGPT and the API. If we could calculate the cost, it will roughly be a rupee 1 or rupee 2, or less than that, I would say, as I have assessed it based on what I have used. Third one is that those chartered accountants who are not into litigation, there is again their knowledge base is limited to the circulars, or we would say to the act. It is not going beyond what the decisions are there with the ITAT. So it will tackle this issue as well. Then our ICAI does not have any tool which is subsidized for the daily analysis of this case laws. So this issue will also get addressed. And again, we are going to get an Excel sheet for a daily, the master Excel sheet, which will have all the case laws there. So that way it will again get organized. And now what are the tools used I have here?
Chinmaji, last 1 minute.
Yes, sir. So Python script is I have used here with the help of ChatGPT, Llama Coder, and ChatGPT is trained. So I've used the API key. And last is the Excel file where all this data gets fed, sir. These are the basic important tools that I have used here. And any chartered accountant who has this Python script with them and paid version of ChatGPT can use this in their local system. This is not a published thing. So they can use this for RERA, they can use this but for income tax, it is a ready-made with me. So they can copy paste this within their system and they can start using it only after entering their email. With this, sir, I summarize and I thank you for this opportunity.
Right. Thank you very much. And this is just something which is wonderful that with the help of these 2 or 3 tools, you can create such a use case. So no questions on this from my end, but the floor is open for Subha sir and Vineet sir. Thank you.
This is a very good one. And as you mentioned, the simplicity of using the open source tools and very minimal cost for the API script. All we need is, the use of Llama Coder as well. And all we need is to think and take the necessity into opportunity. Good.
Nice one. So just to clarify, this is on your local system.
Yes, the local system.
Okay. So did you consider LM Studio?
No, sir, my machine is not capable of going beyond what I have currently have. So I haven't explored. Firstly, I was exploring to go through VB8 using only Excel, a single click Excel that will do all this stuff. But that was not possible, as one of my friends who suggested me this is not possible using Excel. So then with the help of this
Okay. No, wonderful. So all of us have limitations. So we can't have the best of machines and we have to work in limitations, and any technology, any innovation is good if it works within the boundary conditions and where maximum people can use it. So good work. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chinmaji. And with that, I'd also like to hand over the mic to Viniji for the rest of the hackathon use cases. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Rishir. With this, I will request participant number 10, Priya Seth. Hi, Priya, floor is yours.
Yes, I will begin. So this time when I was doing the bank audit, we were supposed to present the risk control matrix to the top management as well as discuss it with the management within our organization. For that, what we were supposed to do was we were given a risk control matrix covering various segments. For example, advances. If you look at the bottom of my screen, the division is done. Advances, deposits, and derivatives, and many more other functions, but I've just closed them to make it a little cleaner workbook for you. What we did was we had to categorize each risk into high, medium, or low category, and also proceed with the audit procedures and get the evidences so as to pass or fail the test. On your screen, if you see F and G, the risk has been divided into high, medium, and low as per our observations and evidences obtained, and we have accordingly passed or failed the test based on our perspective. What we were supposed to do was Just a minute. Can you see my screen? Can you see my Excel?
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
see, Priya.
Okay.
All good.
So I used VBA to create the charts all with a click of a button. Instead of me having to go through the hustle and bustle of doing the formatting, clicking here and there, I just use the VBA code and I'll show you how it worked. When I click on generate risk charts just once, it says all charts created successfully. So just with a click of a button, I can see, keep on looking at the bottom of my screen. It says risk chart for advances, risk chart for deposits, and risk chart for derivatives. As of now, the derivatives is selected. So I can quickly see 5 risk categories exist. High risk is 6, 75% tests have passed, and 25% have failed. Similarly, for deposits, the same thing has happened, and exactly the same thing has happened for advances. However, what if I wanted to create the risk matrix or the risk dashboard just for a particular functionality, for example, just for deposits and not for the entire workbook? For that, I have the second option over here, which says create chart. When I click on it, it says created chart successfully for deposits. So I can quickly see I had 4 low risks, 8 high risks, and 93% of the tests were passed. For this, there were simple prompts that I used, which were that I have a risk matrix in Excel. Give me a macro which shows how many tests have passed and how many have failed, further presented in a visual manner. I further asked ChatGPT that I will be giving you live data. Just focus on the red words that I have put on your screen. The further prompt that I gave was that it has to be a pie chart, has to be stacked in a particular manner, background has to be this color, and other specs such as the font size, height, width of the chart, etc. Lastly, I said that ensure that the macros run across different sheets, and for each sheet, a new chart is created whenever I run the macro. And the other specs are mentioned in the prompt itself. The grid lines should be not visible, the font size should be this and that, etc. Lastly, my last prompt was add a button in each sheet so as to link it to the macro so created. Its placement was also specified to the ChatGPT and the color scheme was also given. I also said the message pop-up should be all charts created successfully. So when you clicked on the create chart button, you were able to see the particular message. So this was also custom made. So I think I used artificial intelligence to my advantage, wherein I had to leave the headache of doing all the decorative part and create the dashboard all by myself. And I quickly clicked the button and I was able to present my case to my partners as well as to the top level management. So this is all about my presentation. So the floor is open to any queries.
So thanks, Priya. Nice presentation on, especially on banking side. Is it only on the risk side, or can we apply to other things?
Of course, it can be applied to anything. But this one in particular, I used practically this year when I was making the risk control matrix. The coding will have to be changed accordingly.
Okay, so that's all from my side. Please share if you have questions.
Yeah, so no questions from my end, but definitely it's really good to go back to the basics of Excel every now and then and using AI to improve that even further. So great presentation. Subha sir, if you have any doubts.
Nothing. I think it's clear.
All right.
So thanks, Priya. Now from this, we move to other participant, which is participant 11, Mr. Prakash, CA Prakash Thakkar.
I'm audible, sir.
You are very much audible.
Yeah. One second.
You're looking smart.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, screen is visible, no?
Not until now. Now we can see.
Okay.
We can see you are sharing your Explorer. And you have blessing of Ganpati with you.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Respected juries and fellow professionals. Just imagine the scene when you are on the last day of the month in audit months, and someone come to you with 500 or 600 invoices. So in last moment, you have to do the accounting and then to solving any errors. So you give to your staff, and it will take so much time, and also there will be so much errors also. And so in the pressure moment, we don't have any option to do the work. So generally we are avoiding the such types of things, but with just with these types of tools, we also can do the things properly. So without wasting time, I just started my tool. So here, first point is I just need to enter the form GST number. So if you enter your GST number here, it will automatically decide whether the invoice is given by you in PDF or JPG format, it's purchase or it's sale. So currently the amount is total is blank. So I just try to upload the invoices. For simplicity, I just skipped 4 invoices. Now you can see the message selected for 4 files processing. Attempting to display PDF 1. So what I do here is, because the OCR is not 100% foolproof, so I try to make a tool which can select the template out of template. Say if you have a similar template and you have thousands of invoice, so just one time you need to do the work and map the fields. So say basically invoice number, map the selected. It's asked me to drag the drop over the invoice. So invoice number is selected. First time I need to write here invoice 1, and I can write where the location is. You can check here the coordinators is also shown. So next time any invoices come here, you can do it, and it's automatically capture the things. So though all or four invoices are currently not loaded, so you have a two option. You can either process with mapping, or you can use auto extract all. So 70-80% case this will be work, but if you have a new template, you will face the difficulty. So I introduce this process with visual mapping tool. So once I click the auto extract all data is extracted properly. Just opening the invoices. Yeah, this is the invoice. All party are, first 3 are sales and last invoice is of purchase. Also, if states is different, say your supplier state is Gujarat here and recipient state is 27, that is Maharashtra. So automatically IGST will be taken in that chart also here. So first 3 are sales invoice and last one is purchase invoice. Once you complete this, it's generate the Excel file. So this is the Excel file. So you get the required details. And when this is done, I use Python to check first whether my XML file is proper or not. So I use open the Python first. Here I select the Excel file. Test the tally connection, because sometimes your port is different, so it will not get connected. For XML, we want 9000 port. And once you click here, tally connection is successful. Here is the provide import guidance. So it's give you the guidance how to import in a tally. So I went to a tally. And here I need to make a template. Manage template, alter. So this is how I mapped the everything. And after that, it will be get automatically import in tally. There are still few errors in importing in a tally, but yes, I try to build up as much as possible from my side. Now just I go to the presentation and complete the balance part. Instead of PPT, I just try to make in HTML only with background color changing and etc. So technology used by is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PDF, JSON for advanced document reading, machine learning for pattern recognition, and JavaScript response designs with animation. So this is not still 100% accurate. You need to do the additions, the manual additions also. So in future, I have also make a button here. Okay, before going to XML, you can view the same and edit the required things. Also, if GST number is invalidated, in our case, first invoice GST number is not correct. So it's automatically highlight the problematic area. So now just 1 second. Now just one thing you are, one questions can be arranged is like, there are many ORC tools available in the market, then why we use this tool? So basically traditional methods is not learning anything and is it used for some types of invoice only. But here we can use any type of invoice, and with the use of mapping, we can develop the tool, develop the new invoices pattern. Also, GST automatically captured visual field and it's learning. Whenever you edit, here is a one button for learning also. And it's save in the system only in JSON file. Just like this. You can edit here, require things. If anything is wrong, you can save the correction and train. So once you save this correction, next time if any invoice is similar to your already having templates, then a result will be probably you will receive accurate result. So that's all from my side, sir.
Thanks, Prakash. Prakash, sir, have you developed this by yourself or do you have a team who has developed this?
No, sir, myself only. I have used ChatGPT paid version, Cloud, Gemini, and almost 60 to 70 versions I need to do. Thereafter only it's possible.
Okay. No, see, I know you have given a disclosure that it's not accurate, which I really like your modesty,
Yeah.
and generally it takes time for getting accuracy, whether you use
Yes.
OCR or machine learning. That's
Yeah.
the real thing you have told.
Yes,
So
sir.
once have you checked on the false positive which might get?
Yes, I have checked that also. I have given wrong number. Say our first point was whatever the GST number you have taken. Here, first thing is you need to write GST number. And if you upload the any invoices where this GST number is nowhere there, not on the purchase side, not on the sale side, then it will not proceed further and remove that part from that final report here.
Okay. So that's all from my side. I'll hand it over to Rishir for any questions.
Thank you once again, everyone.
All right. So this was a great presentation. Just to clarify, have you used Python to either develop this or the extractor?
Yeah, I tried to do a Python through, but say in Tally version 6, it's not fetching the data entry properly. So I
Right.
try to do the HTML only because user interface is also good in here in HTML.
Yeah, exactly. That was my question of why choose HTML when you still have Python. So yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Other questions from my end. Subha sir?
So really like the part of hovering around and mapping the space. So what tech we have used on that?
Nothing, just give a system the prompt. Gemini, in Gemini, this was made that I want the HTML format with these types of content. So it's automatically made it.
No. What I mentioned was in the invoice to identify the invoice number. You
Yeah.
said you can map it.
Yeah.
So while you said you hover it and then it takes the data, or how it works? I mean, what tech you have used there?
Just we just mark here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the rover is not looking clearly. Once I click either map selected, it give me a message that you select with dotted. So once I select the here, I select it like this.
Okay.
And the new window open. Here the coordinators is captured automatically. Here, one time I write the actual invoice number so that it can capture properly. Here, write invoice 1, and I can write the remark if required, and then I save the mapping. So next time, whenever I do such types of invoice come to me, it will automatically capture the things. First, I try to do general OCR. If auto extract all, first I try to do with general OCR. If general OCR fail, here I can check whether general OCR is fail or not. If it's failed, then I use with process visual mapping. Currently, I have not done any visual mapping in these files, but I try to build up similar way in earlier also. And your learning is automatically saved in this file, and you can see the things what you have changes.
No, I got you, sir. My question was when you power it, it takes the coordinate, right? So what is the tech you have used behind?
Nothing, sir. Is basically I just give the prompt to Gemini, and Gemini created properly, but I need to do multiple things. Means multiple times I need to do this thing.
Yes.
So after 60, 70 attempt, I think in HTML only they made some prompt. In HTML only it's cover everything. JavaScript also use here, and Python also use in backend.
Good. So you're not bothered about what it is, but you need what you want. So Gemini.
Yeah, correctly, yes.
Good approach.
Because I don't have that much time, but yes, definitely we can improve it more better. Like for credit note, and everything. Yeah.
Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Prakash. Thanks. You have shown the spirit of a hustler, and which many other participants showed. Means you try until you get the solution.
Yeah.
And move between technologies. That's a good thing.
Yes.
So let's move on to next panelist. It's number 12, CA Ekant Toshniwal. Floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ekant Toshniwal, and I'm here to present my use case on how an automated audit query communication system, which has been built using Google Sheet, Forms, and App Script, can help in enhancing the professionalism and accountability during audit communications. So, normally, during audits, queries are generally sent through mails, and the recipient of the mail often skips responding to those queries on a timely manner. And when the auditor follows up for the response, then generally what we come to hear, we have not received the query, or you have not sent us the reminders, or the mail has skipped from our attention. So this leads to delays and sometimes escalation and blame game between the recipient and the auditor. Moreover, in this entire manual process, there is no proper audit trail as well as to who has sent the query, or when the query was sent, or when the reminders were sent, when the response was received. So a proper audit trail is not documented in most of the cases, and whenever the escalations happen, we have to just drill down or toggle during all the email communications. And even when the client responds, sometimes what happens, rather than responding on the same email thread, the client may create a new email thread, and then mapping the response with the original query. In case where where multiple queries are open with that particular recipient, then the mapping also becomes challenging. So in order to solve these challenges, what I have tried to build is a centralized system where the queries are captured in a Google Sheet. As soon as the team raises the query, the team can raise the query through Google Form, and the Google Form response will be captured in the Google Sheet. As soon as the Google Sheet captures the query, it generates a unique query ID, and then an automated email will be sent to the client. The client will receive a link of the Google Form where he can put in their response. And since the client has to respond through the Google Form only, though the mapping challenge is also solved, and this sending of emails, initial email or the reminders, everything has been automated by using the app script. So I will show a live demo of how this particular workflow works. So let's suppose my team member is raising a query using this Google Form link. Team member name is, say, Disha. Team member email. So as of now, I will use my email only because it is accessible to me. So say suppose team member email is this: client is ABC Limited, And in ABC Limited, I am communicating with a particular member whose name is Mr. Rajesh. Client email, say suppose a dummy email, which not a dummy email, basically our email, client email, and the due date is say suppose 6 June 2225. Due date means by the date when the client has to respond. Subject. So I have drafted few queries. So the subject is PO have been created before PI, and this is the query which my team member wants to raise to the client. The priority is high, normal, or low. If the team member wants to share any supporting document or an annexer, they can upload the documents here. So as soon as my team member submits this query, so one thing is that a structured format has been created whereby the team member can submit the query in a very structured format. This particular Google Sheet will get updated with a unique query ID and with all the details which the team member has submitted in the form. And a audit log will be created here that on this particular date the query was created by Disha, and through the automated script the query was sent to Mr. Rajesh at so and so email ID. So let us check this email ID. Here you see the client has automatically received, Mr. Rajesh, you have a new audit query. So this is the query details and you have to submit a response here. Now let us submit another query. Say suppose my another team member submits a different query. Say suppose priority is normal. Similarly, just like in the previous part of in the previous query, the same workflow works. Here the query ID is different. This is query ID number 1, this is query ID number 2. And for the query ID number 2 also, we have the log created and the query has been mailed to the I think the email ID is spelling is missed, has been. There is some error in this. Gmail.com. Okay, I will just recreate this query again. So here we have the query received by the client. Now, first challenge is client may often skip responding the query on timely manner. So there has to be a structured reminder system in place without my team manually reminding through the emails. So I will just change these dates because right now the workflow has been designed in such a way that after every 48 hours, the client should be reminded again and again that the query is still pending. So let us change these dates to 1st June. And now I will run the reminder. the reminder app script coding. I will just run it manually. In an ideal, so client has been reminded. So both the clients have been reminded and they have got a reminder mail that this is the reminder one for audit query sent on this. Please submit your response here. Now let us say this client submits their response. So here you see the query ID is auto-populated. So the challenge of mapping the query with the actual response is eliminated here. The client has to just put on their response. If they have need to attach any document, they can attach here and then submit. So once this client submits, again, we will have a log that the response of this particular client was received on so and so date. Now let us assume that the response, again, I will change the dates to 1 just to say, just to enable the reminder function work as of now. Now, since the client has responded, now the responsibility shifts on my team member to either close this query, or if they need further clarification, they can reopen the query. So, and say suppose now on 1st June, the client has responded. Today we are on 6th June. When I run the reminder automatically, this reminder right now I am running automatically because it has to be set on a trigger which can run every hour or every quarter or every couple of hours. But since we are on a live demo as of now, I am running it manually. Now you see that in that particular case, when I'll run the reminders. Sorry, here the last reminder date needs to be changed. Here the last reminder also needs to be changed to 1st June, and then I will run it. Now you see that, sorry. Here we have the team has been reminded for audit query number 1. The reminder has went to my team, and for audit query number 2, the reminder again a second reminder has went to the client. So my team will receive a reminder. Dear Disha, the client has responded to the audit query with so and so response. Please review this, either close the query or reopen if further information is needed. Open the dashboard here. So what my team can do, the team either they can close the query, or if they want additional clarification, they can just go here and reopen the query.
Ekantji, last 40 seconds.
Yeah. So once the query is reopened, so say suppose it is reopened by this, reopen reason is evidence required, due date is again 6 June 25. So once the query is reopened, again a mail will go to the client that the query has been reopened. So when the mail goes to the client, the beauty is that all the previous communication goes in a very table structured tabular format, so the client can recall what was the entire conversation with respect to this query rather than searching the previous emails. So now again the client will submit the response. When the response is submitted, say suppose the response is submitted, okay, please report, submit. Now again my team, this particular audit log will be updated and the status will be changed to reopened. Now the audit manager wants to close this query, so he just clicks here on close, but without mentioning as to who is the reviewer and what review comments that manager is giving, they cannot close the query because a validation error is here. That please fill both review by and review comments before closing. So when the audit manager reviews it, so review by, say it is review by Ekant, review comments okay, report. Now they can close this query. So once the query is closed, we have the closure time as well. The query was closed by so and so person with so and so comment on so and so time, and the audit log is updated with query closed. When peer review is there, or when the compliance with standard of auditings are there, we can just click on the query ID and have the entire trail of events, what was done, who did it, how the client responded, when the client responded. If there is some escalation with the management, we can show them this evidence as to that we have reminded them frequently, and it was the client who have not responded, or it was the accountability may be with our team as well. So the problem of accountability and professionalism is solved here, which enhances the way audit queries are being communicated with the clients. So this was my presentation. Yeah, and open for any queries.
Kanji, nice, really useful for auditing. I have more of a technical thing here. Uh, so many time a response when you so two things. They could be out of office response. Many times if it's internal communication, we put read receipt also. So simple question: do you have these functionalities inbuilt, or do you plan to, or are these possible to be built in?
Yeah, so see, out of office response will be received directly on my email. So once the email is gone from my email ID to client email ID, again, it will not be routed to the Google form. It will be routed directly from email to my email. So that particular out of office response will not be captured in in my workflow. The response in my workflow will be captured only if it is submitted through the Google form link ID.
Okay. Okay. Now, the reason I'm emphasizing on these things because at starting you're saying that it's important to maintain timeline, time log, so it can be audited, and that is your whole objective of creating this. Now, second is when somebody responds from the client end, uh, accountability. You said the accountability can be established and responsibility. It's if a person responds and he copies to his head of the department or a manager, he copies, he does not respond. Means, but since the guy is copied, he's aware and it's equally right. So how do you manage this in the audit log that this email is copied to the gentleman? Because especially for sensitive information, or you have to go back to your email and review that.
So what I have understood from a query is that, say suppose the client has received my query and he wants some team member to respond it, so he forwards the email to the team member.
That's
So
right.
see, again, as I said, that the entire workflow has been built when the communication will be done through Google Form links only. So if the email is being sent from the head to, say suppose his teammates, even if he keeps me in CC or my team member in CC, that will be just an internal communication between the management. It will not hit my workflow. For me, as of now, the thought process was that for me, the important point is when I have received the response from the client, it is the responsibility of the client to get the response submitted either by himself or through his teammate to the auditor. So when the response will be submitted by using the Google Form link, only then it will be captured in the audit log and in the Google Sheet.
Okay, thank you. Now for follow-up questions, Rishir and Subha.
No questions from my end, but this was a wonderful use of the entire Google Workspace. So kudos on that. Subha sir.
Yes, I think communication is key in terms of our audit or anything with the client. So making it automated or making it more engaged, monitored is good. And the best tool is Google Workspace or the Google Sheet and the app scripts. So kudos.
Thank you. And the beauty of this was that when a reminder or when the query is reopened, then the mail contains the entire history of the communication. So the client gets everything in a single mail rather than going on searching or keeping on asking ki aapne what you have said earlier, what we said, what my team member said. So entire communication is in a tabular format in a structured way. So this is the beauty of this entire workflow.
Okay, thank you very much, Kanji.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Now we'll move to our last participant, CA Swanand ji. I hope I've called the name correctly.
Yes, sir, surely. I kindly confirm that my screen is visible and my voice is audible.
Yes,
Yes,
both are
thank
good.
you very much. So this is the last use case for our semifinal one. That is use case number 13, AI-based identification of short deduction or non-deduction of TDS. So right now, what is our problem statement? Let's dive into it. Our problem statement right now is we have to go to whole ledger scrutiny and check the TDS of each and every party to confirm whether right TDS is done and the right party's TDS is done. Okay, so we have to go to each and every what we say expense head, like interest on loan, audit fees, etc., whether TDS is applicable to the expense and whether the appropriate TDS has been deducted of the party. Okay, so this is our general scrutiny at the time of audit. Since the tax audit season is on us right now, so this is a proper use case right now to showcase. Okay, so what happens is, due to human error, some of the expenses or TDS may be left, may be omitted due to oversight. Therefore, in this case, AI can be used to automate the whole process. Okay. If such non-deduction or short deduction is later identified by the income tax officer, then client often shifts our blame to us CAs. Like, why you did not tell me at the time of audit only the such TDS should have been paid or not. Okay. So right now what I am going to do is, we are going to upload whole of the tally data to the chat GPT, but we cannot upload this file, such a file like the tally data. Okay, so we have to take it into an Excel. For that, we will be using the ODBC connectivity of tally, and for that, our beloved CA Ram Jayam sir has developed a free TDL for our community. So there is no cost to anyone. I will be using that TDL. That TDL has been already installed in Tally add-ons, the 19.41. Okay. I will not dive deep into that due to time constraint. We will just go and check how to import the data into our Excel file. Let's go to data, get data. We will go to legacy wizards. This is a bit of technical side, but the results will be flawless. Okay, let's select the daybook one and get all the queries in your Excel. Let's go for next and finish. I'm running the use case a bit because it is already recorded on the YouTube. It will be recorded on the YouTube right now. So every CA can check it and do it for the same. So these are all the entries which are exported to the Excel, and it has live connection with our tally data, right? Okay. So what is the AI use case? You will ask me, but just wait for a few minutes. You will see the magic right now. Okay. We will just create a pivot table with it. In the pivot table, we will select the party ledger name. Let me just expand it. Party ledger name into rows, the ledger name normal into rows, and the narration into rows, and the amount into values. Now we will add ledger group to slicer. This is some technical terms, but you can see the recorded lectures right now after the hackathon. Okay. So we will select indirect expenses. First of all, these are a type of expenses. Then we will select multiple things like purchase accounts. These two are the expenses which will be used by us. Okay. We will go to design report tab and show in tabular format. So what we have got here for us is all the expenses with the narration relating to the specific party with the amounts in a single table, right? So this was just one time process for each and every one. We'll just copy these entry into another table, right? Okay. So now, since the tally uses negative sign for denoting the debit items, hence all the negative signs are here. We will just change it by doing Control H and replacing the minus, that is negative sign, with nothing. Okay. So almost 90% of the technical part is done. Let's go to our daybook again. We'll create another pivot table here. Here, we will just use the party ledger name in rows, the amount in values, and the ledger name as slicer. Okay. Now, since the entries are all credited to TDS deducted ledger, we will just select TDS deducted. So we will get the summary of TDS deducted and of whom the TDS is deducted right at our fingers. Okay. We will just copy it, paste it into the normal, our Excel sheet. It is called TDS checker. I will close the Excel sheet. Let's go for perplexity. Here we will attach the file TDS checker one. Now the best part which we all love, that is prompting. Okay, so I will just copy this prompt, paste it into Perplexity, and then we will go and see point by point explanation of what I have written. Okay, hello, this is a worksheet. In this workbook there are two sheets. The sheet name TDS deducted is consisting of party names and the amount of TDS. The sheet name expense incurred is consisting of all the expenses with various columns like party name, expense head, narration, and amount. Now we have to tell what is your task. Your task is to check as per Income Tax Act on which transaction the TDS is required to be deducted. Okay, perfect. Then sum it up for each party, compare it with the data in TDS deducted sheet. So compare it for me. Next item, next line is so much important because AI tend to skip most of the items in an Excel sheet or in our queries. So I have given specific, do not skip any item, and your answer should be detailed with explanation for each party. At last, but not the least, recheck all your analysis and then only give me the final reply, because I have seen there are many false negatives as well as false positives. Okay, so these are all the point by point explanation for our use case. So we have the magic at our hand. I did not see any of the expenses, right? I just imported, use some pivot table and give the data to our Perplexity. Okay, so let's see. The first one, the party name is Aditya. Okay, expense head, interest on loan of rupees 93,470. TDS deducted how much? 10% at 93,470. Was the TDS deducted? No, the TDS was not deducted. Let's cross verify it with our Excel file. Okay, let's go to sundry creditors, Aditya. Yes, there is an entry for interest on loan, interest paid for financial year 24-25 of rupees 93,470. Perfect. Was the TDS deducted? No, no entry is there in the ledger of Aditya. Let's recheck in the TDS deducted sheet. So Swanan, Apurva, and Atharva, only these TDS are deducted. Perfect. Let's go to Perplexity. So the shortfall of 9347, it has given me in a matter of seconds. Okay, next I have checked if there is normal purchase of goods from any person, no TDS is applicable. The TDS is only applicable only if the amount is greater than 50 lakhs. Okay, so now let's see TDS required. It has shown me at 25 lakhs, 0.1%. So I was talking about these are false positives where TDS was not required to be deducted, but it has given me a summary. So my articles or my qualified employees can see only these, what we say, summary, and we will take a decision on the same. Okay, next, in case of Apurva, I will just show one more case. The expense type was office rent, a 12 monthly repayments of 45,000. Total TDS to be deducted was 54,000. How much TDS is deducted? 50,000. Let's recheck it in Tally. Yes, the TDS deducted of Apurva was only 50,000. Perfect. So shortfall of 4,000 is there. Okay. So like this, all the items are done by Perplexity. Okay. Now it has given me in a, what we say, unstructured manner the data. Now what I will do is I will just go and give it another prompt. Give me the summary of the tabulated format, and it will show me what its analysis is, and it will give us the remarks in a separate column. Perfect. So
Swananji, last 1 minute.
yeah, sure. So here party name is given, shortfall is given, and no TDS deducted or under deducted, non deducted, partial deducted, everything is given. So now you will ask, sir, how have you shown such magic? How is AI doing this magic? There is no magic in the world. There is only some of the parts, some of the technical terms which we do not know. Okay. So here the AI is using knowledge graphs, which is plotting each and every expense against each and every provision of the Income Tax Act. Okay. And after mapping it, then it is delivering whether TDS is deducted or whether TDS is not deducted, and it is also given us some sources, some of the, what we say, case laws also it gives. So I prefer Perplexity over ChatGPT for this use case study. Okay, so this is our total compliance summary table. Perfect. Now the main question here is, sir, the name of the vendors, the name of the customers are going on a public platform, or to the AI. So what we can do here is very easy. We can just annote a different name for each party, perfect, which can be easily done by XLOOKUP. Right now, since we had time limitations, I did not show that. So for Apurva, I can just name it A1, for Atharva A2, A3, etc. And for expenses, I just can what we say, we look up it here or something. Okay. So what are my key metrics here? What is the advantage? There is reduction in time spent from, let's say, 3 man days for general scrutiny of the accounts and checking each and every expense and its TDS applicability and verifying it with the TDS ledgers to very few man hours. We will just have to do this what we say, technical term, and upload it to Perplexity. Next, improvement in structured reporting and audit preparedness, and the last and most important thing, that is client satisfaction. Sir, if the client is satisfied, he is going to stick with us and he is going to give us good remuneration, that is Sri Lakshmi ji, right? So we are all working for this only. So this is our advantage. I thank the AICA committee, the respected juries, all panelists, and all the participants for joining me in this use case. If you like my presentation, you can directly vote in the poll section. I solicit the voting from your side. Thank you very much. I am open for all the questions.
Thanks, Farhanji. Nice use case, especially in TDS space.
Yes.
So, have you considered using any model that can be run on your local server, local desktop?
Sir, the problem here is the server or the computer which we use as a CAs, it is only, it may cost around 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, not more than that. Okay, so there are no dedicated GPUs for us. So better use the architecture which we have, like Perplexity or ChatGPT. The servers are very fast. If we process this data into our normal computer, or if we develop something like that also, then the computer will take much time, or it may just get hit up and it may get shut down. So that I would not recommend that. Better way, we can just annote a different code number to the vendor or to the party, and then we can upload that to the GPT. There is no issues in that. I
Okay.
hope my answer would suffice your query.
No, thank you very much. That helps me understand your logic, what you have taken.
Yes.
Now I'll hand it over for further questions to Rishir and Suva.
Yeah, so this was also an interesting use case, and I must say that this time around in the semi-final, we have got some really good and tough competition. I wish you all the best for the finals as well. So, no questions from my end
Thank
also,
you,
sir.
sir.
Subha, sir.
So this is a hot topic, evergreen topic. So TDS, because of the compliance
Yes, sir.
and
Totally.
good innovation. Look for, if the data is huge, in the practical scenario, the data will be huge.
Yes, sir.
So maybe the token limitations or the perplexity limitations, you have to look at it.
Just one take on it, sir. I have been using it since March, after the first round of what we say, AI Hackathon season 3. I have been using it on many various of the companies, limited companies also. The analysis which you have told, that it will use that one pro search mark from Perplexity or such thing. It is not using, even if the data is huge, it will not use more than two queries, more than two of that options. One can purchase the Perplexity Pro and it can be used many a times. No issues in that. And I would like to demonstrate, if I have one more real time data which I have redacted for a previous case. I can show also that
So
it gives the flawless magic. It shows the magic in only 2 minutes only, sir.
So that means bigger data also it can accommodate. That is
Yes,
what.
sir. Yes, sir. No issues in
Okay,
that.
then it is fine.
Yes, yes, because we are, sir, consolidating or summarizing the data into pivot tables. So
Mm-hmm.
pivot tables, even if the narrations are varied or even if the ledgers are varied, we know there are not more than 100 type of expenses. Not more than 100 type, 100 for sure it is. Yes, purchases type is already grouped into purchases ledger. So
Mm-hmm.
we do not have more than 100 types of expenses. So it will not take much time, sir.
Understood. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Good,
Thank you
good
very
one.
much. Yes.
Thanks, Swaranji. And with this, we have completed all our 30 participants. Amazing, amazing, I would say that. I'm very happy. And I'll just say that over this last course of couple of hours, what we have seen is workflow from audit to bank risk and using sophisticated technologies of agentic AI and multiple APIs. So amazing work done by this team. I'm impressed, and thanks for my juries for being such a good colleagues here. Rishi, by this we hand over to you. Rishiji, you're on mute. So we formally hand over this to you for your final remarks.
Thank you so much, juries, Subhachandran sir, Vineet sir, and Rishir sir. It's been a pleasure having you, and it's been a marathon session of more than 3 hours. But I hope all the panelists had a great time. It was a great learning session, and it was a plethora of use cases used from varied topics related to the CA profession. And as we draw curtains on this semi-final 1 of the ICAI AI Hackathon Season 3, I extend my congratulations to all the participants for coming here, giving their outstanding energy, innovative solutions, and spirit. Today, what we witnessed was an AI spectacle, but the power of collaboration and imagination was at its finest. This hackathon is a testament to how technology, when guided by ethics and purpose, can bring impactful transformation to the CA profession. A big thank you to our jury, our mentors, and the tech team for guiding us through this session. Thank you, and to our chairman, sir, CA Umesh Sharma ji, and CA vice chairman, sir, our founder chairman, CA Dayanivas Sharma ji, for their guidance support throughout. To the panelists, well done, and may the best person win and move forward to the grand finale. And to those who couldn't make it today, don't worry, you have done your best, and we will see you soon. And to the audience, you have been very patient, but hope the patience was worth the wait. And remember, the voting lines are giving you 1 more minute. If someone has not voted, we are giving you 1 more minute since we have listened to all the panelists now. So you have 1 more minute to vote for a favorite contestants and help them go to the grand finale. Thank you so much. And we look forward to see you in the semi-final 2, which is going to be held next week on Friday at the same time, 3 p.m. And thank you. Tech team, you can close the session in about 30 seconds.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Logging off. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tech team, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in about 20-25 seconds, you can close.
Okay. बंद कर दो चलो बाय स्वानंद सर गणपति सर विष्णु
Yes, sir.
विश्ववंत बाय बाय इट वाज अ
Thank
super
you.
presentation yes
Bye. Thank you so much.
Sir, we'll meet in Pune.
yes definitely at AIS
Yes. Chalo, bye bye.
bye
Yes.
Nice, Shubham. All.
yes
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much. We'll meet soon.